Requirement filled. Hit me up.
That's how the show went live.
Oh my god! I hate you so much.
If you ever need somebody
I'm starting to get really, really good at this. I'm not gonna lie. I'm starting.
2 episodes in, it's Goys and Gamers.
Goys and gamers, goys and gamers, goys and gamers, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh Lord.
This is why I keep my mouth shut before streaming. Never know when these motherfuckers are gonna play that.
Get wrecked.
Oh dear God.
Hold on, I'm putting that African hat on quarter black right now. Give me a sec.
It's called a kufi.
Oh my God, the memes are going wild. But that's okay. So early. You can unmute your mic and talk. This thing fucking takes forever. Fucking minute later. And we got the intro. We still got to do. That's the new intro. Okay, so we at least got the new intro here. Oh look, we've got an ending credits now. That's good.
Was this Oppenheimer?
Fucking A, yeah. Yeah, we're getting ready to drop the bomb. We're like Hiroshima. Just Nagasaki ain't got nothing on what we're about to drop. Feels like it should be an intro to like some bitch ass rapper that's trying to sound horrible.
Busta Rhymes, A-Rap Money starts playing.
Yeah, there you go.
Uh-oh. Guess what day it is? Guess what day it is? Huh? Anybody? Julie, hey, guess what day it is? Oh, come on, I know you can hear me. Mike. What day is it, Mike? Leslie, guess what today is?
It's hump day.
Woo!
Holy shit, ladies and gentlemen, how are we all doing tonight? What a wonderful
Terrible
intro we had. What a beginning. Wonderful beginning we had with Rox making those wonderful racist remarks right at the beginning of the show. Ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't noticed, we're missing our host this evening. Our dear sweet Shagsworth is off at some gay retreat out there in the woods with a bunch of other dudes. I think they're doing hugging exercises. I hear there's Greco-Roman wrestling.
Yeah, there's some bear sex going on.
Bear sex. Anybody knows the tree fucking joke? They'll know probably what Shag's participating in at least one day a week. It's just hopefully he comes back. Well, he'll probably come back less of a man than what he is. His ass will probably be sore, but
he'll come back less of a man, but very refreshed.
Yes, there you go. For some reason, he'll seem refreshed. He'll be a little bit more of a pep in his step. He'll bounce. He'll twinkle a little bit more. It'll be a wonderful thing. So we're glad.
Very good.
We're glad.
He'll get a shirt that says, I went to Bohemian Grove and all I got was this shirt and a nasty limp.
Yes. So hopefully Shags will be back alive next week and refreshed and refilled with energy to be able to get up and running again. But until then, we're going to do everything we can to burn down the house while the cat is away, the mice shall play, and who knows, maybe we'll see what we can do to get Shagsworth's channel nuked, and maybe we'll even be a banana gif involved.
That's the aim. Hold on, let me start that up real quick. Nick, all right, that's enough.
And yes, boys and girls, if you didn't notice, our dear sweet Shags had a little bit of a boo-boo on the Rumble, so we do have a backup Rumble out there in the stream that's on my channel, unfortunately, because that's the only thing I have access to. But any of you out there that are big Rumble aficionados, big Rumble fans over there, and you don't want to be over on YouTube, you do have at least some kind of option. Won't be able to highlight any of your chats, but we will be at least see them and talk to you guys, and you can say whatever you want. Who knows, maybe we'll do a little Rumble exclusive later, and we can really talk about some really things that really would burn down Shags' channel. But until then, ladies and gentlemen, there's a lot of crazy things that have been going on in the news. Warhammer's insane. Stellar Blade came out, or at least the critics' reviews have officially come out.
Oh, dude, those critics are hilarious.
Yes, I've got several of those articles that we could definitely pull up and talk about that, because some of that, the way we'll get to it, but the dynamic is very funny. Let's just say that the dynamic is very, very funny. So there's that going on. There's probably a whole bunch of other shit. We don't really have anything too much scheduled planned. We're just kind of flying by the seat of our pants. But hey, that's when we normally end up having the best fucking episodes. So we'll see what happens. And obviously we have a special guest tonight. I mean, and I do mean special in the most literal of ways
In
possible.
the most literal sense.
But before we get to the autism that is all of our wonderful Legion of Memers panel, we'll go ahead and talk to the diversity hire. How you doing tonight, Sheep?
Oh, you meant me, not Green Rocks. Okay.
Yeah, no, I didn't say the Jew. I didn't ask about the money changer.
Yeah, we didn't want any riots happening or nothing.
Damn, I need to make myself a diversity hire meme. That'd be, damn, that's a missed opportunity. I should have jumped on that like 2 years
Eric
ago.
July
Dude,
should
where have you
have
been?
cards. He should make business cards saying diversity hire.
Dude, absolutely. I
Eric,
make
I
no
want
bones about
royalties, you
one,
bastard. Don't take
How
it.
did you not notice for the 2 years that this show has been going on that you weren't the only black guy on the show?
Well,
And
no,
you
I knew
weren't
I
the
was the only
diversity
black.
hire.
I knew I was the only black guy. I just never thought to make a meme about it.
Oh, okay. That's
It's a sheep's walking around like hear no evil, see no evil. I'm black.
exactly. I'm black. Who fucking knew? Who knew?
That or it was like
Yeah.
Clayton Bigsby, and like
Clayton Bigsby.
for whatever
Yes.
reason, like no one ever told him.
White power.
Oh, I fucking
Hold
love
up.
that.
I got the perfect meme for that. There you go.
There you go.
Throw it up
That'll
for
work.
him.
There you go. How's everything going for you, Sheep? How's Ripaverse treating you?
Very well. Very well. I've been selling books, and we just crossed some great milestones recently. I don't know if we might have talked about it last week, but we crossed 10K total purchasers, and over 17,000 books have been pushed. And we still ain't done. We got other things in the tank for this campaign, so y'all stay tuned. But in the meantime, go ahead and pick up things that you haven't already, because we've also put out the numbers of how many books we have, how many covers we have, and some of those are real close to getting done, so to being out. So you might want to get in on the action while they're still available.
Hell yeah, get in.
Were you hinting with cover B earlier?
Well, no, cover B is my favorite out of all of them.
That's the one I went with. So I was like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, well, it's funny because like we had this joke, this inside, not really an inside joke, but a joke in the company where like if you look at cover B for ISOM 1, cover B for ISOM 2, cover B for Alpha Core, and cover B for Yaira, they all feature women in some way. So we labeled that one cover B for boobies.
I fully support this. I fully support this.
100%, I am 100% with that motive. Like, hey guys, if you want some good Stellar Blade like covers, go ahead and pick up cover B.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. See, there you go. There you go. Now you know, boys and girls. Now you freaking know. I love that. I love that. Oh, I can't pin my own comment. Bastard Shags didn't give me those kind of powers. Bitch.
That's what I changed my name to right there.
White Pausidian. I like that. I think that's an upgrade. I think that's an improvement, actually. Yeah, I think you need that on a business card. I think that would be wonderful.
I'm going to talk to Igor, see if he can draw me doing the OK symbol.
Dude, that would be so great. Oh, my God. That would be so great. Well, speaking of things that should belong on business cards, No Green Rocks, founder, creator of the Legion of Memers extraordinaire, and our second favorite Jew on the panel. How you doing tonight, buddy?
Chilling. Speaking of business cards, still got them. You guys got them in those gift bags as well. Shout out to y'all. I am just making memes, having fun. Got an excellent producer with me today. He's gonna make me look like an idiot. But yeah, let's go. Let's
wait. Are you talking about when I draw you, or?
I've been having nightmares about that actually.
Draw me like one of your meme boys.
Who was it? Was it Lethal? You had some dude in the silhouette just hanging there in the background.
No, that was Grant.
That was
Grant.
Yeah,
fucking hell, man.
You know, the best part about that was I was like, what do I do to make Grant funny? Because Grant, you know, he's just so cool and collected, and he just like always looks like he's like focused on what someone's saying. So I just was like, I could do that, or I could make it look like his face is kind of melting, make him look like Droopy the dog. Oh, I was like, no, I'm just gonna kind of draw Grant as Grant, except like make it look like he's kind of given up on life, but really he's fantasizing about choking the shit out of Mazza. And then after that, I was just like, you know what? I'm just gonna draw a motherfucker in the background hanging.
So guys, do me a favor, go subscribe to Legion Memers, and if you'd like to become a member, so we can pay for Extrazero's therapy.
Yeah.
There's not
or
enough
everybody
money.
else's. everybody else's therapy after being exposed to Extrazero's memes. It sounds more like it. It sounds more
Yeah,
what
well,
it's like.
yeah. Somebody even commented on the drawing of Melee James because James asked. He was like, "I want you to
Oh,
draw me as horrific as possible," and I was like,
You
"Okay."
just drew him as the what is the name of that thing from 7 Days to Die? Not 7 Days to Die, but Dead by Daylight.
No, I based
the
that off
trans
of
character?
the unknown, I think, but I actually
Yeah,
based
the
it
Unknown,
off of.
that's
So James hates Joss Whedon, and he's justified in hating him. So I wanted
Sort
to
of.
make him look like the worst thing that Joss Whedon's ever done, and that was the newborn from Alien Resurrection.
Fair enough.
So that's the whole. And so everybody's like, "Oh, is that Dead Space and the Thing?" And I was like, "No, that's like based off the newborn."
The Necromorphs. No, yeah, that's some
Yeah.
deep lore. That is
Yeah.
some super deep lore.
That is a deep fucking cut right there.
Which
Holy
is basically
shit.
it's a xenomorph with skin on it, which is just
It's so much more disturbing on so many different levels. Well, speaking of disturbing, Extrazero's already
Real-
been talking about himself and what he's been up to anyway. But go ahead, Extrazero. What are you up to? How you been, man? Welcome back to the Midweek Hump, you degenerate son of a bitch. God, we love you.
Well, I'm glad to be here. Yeah, I've been up to a lot of drawing, meme making. I haven't done any video memes in a minute though. I did like a little kind of an animation one of the cream NATO falling downstairs. Got some stuff brewing with Kenzo, and I'm really excited. I don't want to spoil too much, but we're cooking some stuff up. So I'm really excited till I get to the point. Hopefully in the next couple of months where we've got something really definitive to show. I cover side scrollers and try to cover a lot of smaller creators when I meme and friends. And, if there's something I think's worth memeing, I go for it. Other than that, just been really just trying to get ready for spring and doing a lot of stuff around the house. So it's like basically my days are like doing yard work and shit. And then my wife's like, "Oh my God, are you memeing again?" I'm like, "Yeah."
Yes.
Yes, honey.
Yeah,
Are you memeing again? Well,
fire.
actually, the question should be: have I finished memeing?
That's I should start.
There you go.
You should yell at her. Do you want to pay your bills or not?
Yeah, don't yell at her. Don't
No, I
actually
don't.
yell at her. That's not smart.
I love
and,
my
then,
wife. I don't yell at her.
and then throw a piece of chocolate as far as it goes.
There's so much. She actually has yelled at me for the amount of chocolate that we have because we've both been dieting. I've been doing I've been on carnivore for like 9 months now, and I love it. I was originally just going to do it for a few months, and I've liked the lifestyle so much that I've just stuck with it. And I quit drinking. I have no desire to drink alcohol anymore. It's the weirdest
Nice.
shit. I have a bar in my basement too that's just unused. I gotta get people over the summer. I'm like, "Hey, do you want to drink this bottle of Johnny Walker Blue Label?"
Yes.
Just pawn this shit off on people. But I can't metabolize alcohol anymore. So anybody that says like I'm doing keto and they go out drinking, they're full of shit because it's just.
So next year when we get to Vegas, we're gonna get Extrazero wasted off one drink.
No, it's not even I get wasted. It's like I have one drink and I automatically feel hungover. It's the weirdest shit because I don't get
Well,
drunk.
I know listening to Michaela Peterson, she said the only thing she could drink was like vodka. I think she said that was the only thing that her body could still process after being like basically eating nothing but lamb for like the last 3 years.
That sounds fantastic.
It really actually does. It actually really does.
Lamb actually isn't all that bad. I like it.
Yeah, I like lamb chops.
Yeah.
I like lamb curry, lamb
Rack lamb.
shawarma,
Yeah.
both of those.
Yep. See, there you go. Exactly.
Hey, real quick, shout out to Green Rocks. Because in Vegas, he was giving out some of the most expensive gift bags of all time.
No, I actually before I get into what I've been up
did
to,
my best.
I have a
did my
bone to
best.
pick about that one, okay? Because
What?
I was told by a third party who found dog tags in the bottom of his bag with a Legion of Memer. He's like, "Oh yeah, there should be one in yours too." No. All I got was stickers.
I got 2.
Stickers. I didn't have any stickers.
There was stick. Well, maybe. No, I think it's Legion of Memer.
I
Yeah, it
had-
was Legion of Memer
I had
stickers. It was a
Velcro.
little square Legion of Memer stickers.
That's
No,
not a
those are
sticker.
patches.
Those are patches.
You know-
put them on backpacks and jackets and things.
I'll have to look at my bag again. But either way, I didn't get dog tags.
Okay, he doesn't know what was in the bag, but he knows there were no dog tags.
No, I'll go get that motherfucking bag right now because I haven't put anything extra in there out of what I already took out.
I
But that's
will
beside
tell
the
you,
point. I
I
don't get
am
no fucking dog tags.
fresh out of dog tags, but the
See,
second
fucking-
I have them, I will mail them to you, man.
I'm just
I don't
gonna put a
actually give a shit.
Sonic
I just
Shoe
wanna fuck with you.
medallion.
Well, no, I want to go to Dallas, so I mean, it gives
Yeah.
me an
Oh, there you go.
excuse, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to make it to Dallas.
Or,
We gotta see. I gotta
or
move at the
no,
end
no,
of the
no.
month.
A nerd doesn't want to see me. It's okay.
I've already hugged the fat bastard once. That was enough.
He copped the feel and grabbed my butt.
Mm.
Dude, I copped a feel on fucking every dude's ass.
Except-
everybody hugged. Yeah,
So you got the Reginald Bell Johnson treatment.
and he thanked me for it when I was done. That was the best part. That was the best.
Yeah,
part.
that little kiss
So-
at the end was a bit much.
Well, you know, I had to be. I figured you were from the Middle East. It made sense. But
It's
You're
supposed
gonna
to
grab
be.
my ass, and I'm
It's
glad about
supposed
it.
to be both cheeks, not lips. I'm just saying.
All
I
right,
heard you guys normally use tongue, so I thought I was holding back.
Oh, you know, we hold that for the French.
Where'd the goat come from?
The bat. We got to go back to that. We had to go to the temple afterwards. That's why we had the goat. Yeah. So what have I been up to? I had my show earlier. We had what's his face? Our freaking comic book creator on. I'm having a complete and total brain fart now. It's a long day. Wednesdays are always long days for me. Fusebox.
Jim Davis from Garfield.
Nah, no,
There you
that
go.
would have been fucking cool. No, we had Fusebox with his Outlaw Nights on tonight. That was a great time. Sunker showed up late and slightly intoxicated, which that's always entertaining. God bless that girl. And then what else? We went over a bunch of topics. It was fun. I've got a 24-hour stream coming up on Friday. I'm trying to raise money to move at the end of May because we got a little bit of a out of nowhere. Hey, we need you to move because we want to remodel your house. So that was definitely something that was unexpected and not planned. So we'll be doing a 24-hour stream on Friday with a bunch of guests, playing video games, doing all kinds of other crazy shit, and getting up to all kinds of crazy things. And you guys can probably come torture me. I'm probably gonna order like some one-chip challenges, and I've got some like super sour, straight fucking, what is this shit? The citric acid. I have straight citric acid that I'll take teaspoons of for donations and shit like that.
Oh,
for
okay.
guys
So
can
you
watch
want to
me
die
suffer.
too? No.
I tell you
Well,
what's better than the one chip challenge.
What's that?
The mother of all bars. It's the Moab.
Really? I've never heard
Yeah.
of that one.
And most people haven't. It's a chocolate bar, and you get multiple squares out of it, so you get way more bang for your buck. But
Oh, nice.
I've had multiple chips in one sitting and completely unfazed. I have footage to prove this
Nice.
too. But the Moab is the only thing that came close to actually breaking me. And
No
I'll put the
shit.
link in the private chat so you can see what
Yes,
it's all about.
please.
But
I'll
it's
have to check
it's
that out.
legit.
But yeah, that'll be a good time. And then obviously it'll be a member stream as well. So anybody that's a member of my locals or a member of my Rumble, or you know, if you're a reoccurring member on like Streamlabs or Stream Elements, you'll have access to that stream as well. You guys will be able to come in and hang out in and out as I go through and do God only knows what for 24 hours because that's what we generally do. So
It's on sale right now too. It's
No
$5
shit.
off. Yeah.
Oh, I wonder how quick. I probably won't get here in time by Friday.
It might.
That'll be
I don't know where they
12
ship out
bucks,
of.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, 35 of them in stock. Yeah, 12
Yeah.
bucks. That's not bad.
Yeah, I
I'll
have no
have to check it
desire
out.
to spend my money on something that like I'd have to set up a whole camera and shit again. I don't feel like doing all that. Y'all have fun
Did
with
you
that.
take your camera down too? Is that why you're off camera now?
Yeah, my camera, it's like I unplugged it. It's in the closet for the time being, at least until I get my whole dental framework set back up to a comfortable spot, and then I'll go ahead and put the camera back on.
All right, fair enough. Fair enough. I always
I mean,
wondered
it's
why.
gonna- Probably gonna suck anyway. Like if I'm going through all this like dental work and I gotta keep taking like medication and stuff, and then I got this bright light in my fucking face, I'm gonna hate everything I remember basically.
I thought you already did that anyway.
No, I don't hate everything I remember.
Oh, okay. Just
Not
most
everything.
things. All right, that's right. All right. Well, speaking of things that Sheep doesn't hate, we have our another diversity hire. ladies
Hey,
and
look at
gentlemen, The Jew straight from Israel. What's going on, Mephisto?
He's
How you
not in
doing, brother?
Israel right now.
I'm not in
Oh,
Israel. All right. Can you hear me?
yes, we
Yeah,
can hear
yeah.
you.
Okay. The microphone here is pretty.
Wait, are you in
fucking
Vegas
shitty.
now?
No,
he's in New York, I
I'm
think.
in an apartment in New York, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because I knew you were supposed to be in like Vegas, like the week after the rest of us or something.
Yeah. About 4 or 5
that was
days,
last week.
something like that. Oh,
Yeah,
dude,
it has been. Okay.
Vegas was fucking awful.
You
Oh,
should
no
have been
shit.
there with us. It would have been less awful.
Yeah, it's true. It would have been less awful.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, parts of it was really good, and parts of it was pretty awful. Pretty awful. By the way, I'm not booking through Booking.com ever again. Ever again. Fuck these people.
Amarada hasn't had like any issues that I can think of going through Expedia.
I, if I ever book a hotel, first of all, I'm going Airbnb all the way, dude. All the
right.
way.
Yeah.
And
Nothing wrong with
never,
that.
never failed me, dude. We had to order an extra expedient day in, day out room in LA because we like miscalculated flights. The apartment we got was like fantastic, and it was just for a night, and it was great. It was by the beach, and it was great. But I ain't booking through booking.com anymore.
Hmm.
It's
Duly noted.
especially in like at a hotel. We got a hotel that the room in the hotel was not owned by the hotel. It was owned by like privately owned company or somebody. So we didn't get.
It was
It's
like a
like
franchise.
5 days, no cleaning service,
Holy shit.
Damn.
no nothing, like no fresh towel, like basic amenities, like clear the fucking trash, get me some new towels. I've got 4 people. I've got 2 kids, right? Two adults, 2 kids. You have to have fucking towels, right? You're gonna wash every
Right.
day. Like, it's a room. You don't have anywhere to clean everything. We thought we had a cleaning service, denied cleaning service by the hotel because you're in a private third-party room.
What the
What?
fuck?
Yeah. Now you understand the frustration.
Did they denied you cleaning? Did they give you like towels and all, or
Nope. We had to
What
literally
fresh ones?
we literally had to like wait for the cleaning service. Literally
And he's fun.
swipe.
Damn.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
It
Of
was
course.
look, we booked 2-bed not apartment, but a 2-bedroom suite, so we can have like our bedroom and the kids' bedrooms with twin beds. We got 1 bedroom, 1 living room, 1 sofa bed, 1 air mattress.
Oh, what the fuck?
Nice. Not really, but
Oh,
nice.
An
No.
air mat. They couldn't even get you a cot. They got you an air mattress.
Now you guys haven't met my wife yet. She was fucking livid. And
I
I
bet.
do mean livid. She activated, like, she was so frustrated. Usually she's really good with like bureaucracy stuff and getting things done and talking to managers, like full on Karen. She was so livid. Her sister that is in Israel had to do it to start. She started arguing with the hotel, with booking.com, with the guys who owned the hotel room. It was going back and forth to try to get us out of there, to book a different hotel with literal 2 bedrooms so we can actually have some beds and some like services. It ended up with us staying in the room and getting a $700 like cash back.
Rebate.
Yeah,
Wow.
for just the one day. And it's so fucking frustrating because I looked at like booking rooms to like hotels that are similar.
Mhm.
Instead of like 500 a night or 700 a night that we paid, it was like
Jesus.
120 a night.
Dude,
160.
they upcharged the shit out of you.
Yeah, you got to take
we
it for a
didn't,
fucking ride,
Mhm.
dog.
Yeah.
dude. I didn't pay that anywhere near that in Vegas, and we actually stayed at one of the nicer places on Fremont.
Dude, We
Yeah, I was on
thought-
Fremont, but yeah, that sounds like you got overcharged.
well, I was on the first of all, I was on the strip, but I'm talking about hotels that are on the strip
Right.
next to where we were. So we were on not the MGM Grand, we were on the Signature, which is basically just a lot of suites. But it's a basic hotel. In the MGM Grand, a comparable room to what we got. So just the 1 bedroom and one living room with 4 beds, right? 4 beds. 190 a night. For the
God
4.
damn.
Wow.
Because it's like end of April. It's nothing.
Yeah.
It's not even.
Yeah.
It's not high season. It's nothing.
No, that's the nice part about going. It's nice part of having the
fucking
meetups in
frustrating.
April.
You want to
Dude.
you want to go bigger, like 360 a night. Venetian, same room. Oh, by the way, no, Venetian, 360 a night, 2 bedrooms, 1 living room, 3 bathrooms.
Holy shit!
You understand? You understand? Now
Okay.
the thing
Wow.
is, while we were in Vegas, we did like Hoover Dam, Grand Canyon. We did Red Rocks with horseback riding. Like we weren't always in Vegas. We just stepped out, used Vegas as a base. So that stuff was great. That stuff was awesome. Not to mention the fact that my wife found a store, which is like a thrift store, and she bought her entire wardrobe, which made her happy, which makes me happy.
Of course. Wow. Hell
Yeah.
yeah. So not an all. No, so other than
So
the
Vegas
frustrating
was-
parts, overall you had a pretty good time though. Other than
You know-
the dumb
you know
shit
what's
you
a-
had to deal with.
You know what surprised me? LA. It wasn't that bad. It really wasn't that bad.
What neighborhoods did you stay in?
Right. That's what I was gonna say. It just depends on what part you're in.
We stayed at the
Neighborhoods. You don't have to be
not at
specific.
Santa Monica, but close to there. I don't remember the name, but that was the one night. Then we went to close to Universal, so it's Universal City, so it's around Universal Studios in that area. So it's a pretty nice area, pretty secluded. We didn't stay at like Compton, right?
Right. You weren't in the hood.
No,
Oh, pussy.
but
They didn't rent his hotel by the hour. Let's just put it that way.
yeah, we didn't go to visit like Diddy's place, right?
Neither did Diddy.
Neither did Diddy.
Exactly. Yeah. Did he hate me back there? for a
And
decade?
Get out of my house, did he?
yeah, but LA is like if they tell you to like you can't walk in LA. We were in certain places in LA. There's nobody on the sidewalk.
Mhm.
Nobody's walking. Everybody's driving. But it's so spread out. You say LA is like this tiny. It's
Right.
like everything around it. It's huge. You're like
With all the
driving and
suburbs and
driving.
stuff.
Are we done yet? And then because we wanted to go see Yosemite, we did like an 8-hour drive up to Fresno or close to Fresno, some like a neighborhood outside of Fresno, just to have a base. And then we did Yosemite Park, we did Sequoia National Park, and then we went to Vegas.
Hell yeah. Oh, yeah. That sounds like it sounds like you made much better use of your time than I did. I was too busy doing shit the entire time I was there.
Oh, you
Yeah.
had fun. I have pictures of it.
Oh no, I had an absolute fucking blast, but it was like I never had like time to do I very rarely ever got a chance to just wander and explore. I was either on a podcast or going to meet somebody for a meal or it
Dude.
was nonstop the entire time I
Like
was
that's
there.
and that's pretty much how it was with me and Amarat. Like the only actual downtime we got was like we're like, no, we're just gonna make time for the pool. And we just sat at
Right.
the pool.
Yeah, I never even got I brought my swimming trunks. Never even that pool looked great. Never got a chance to get
Dude,
in there.
the pool was so phenomenal. You should
I know it looked fucking dope as shit, dude, with that shark and that shark tank and everything else.
Yeah, we're going again. We're going
Yeah,
again.
oh,
That's
yeah.
it. It's a,
No,
that's,
like, no,
that's
that-
our
that's-
flamingo.
That's what I was gonna say. If I go back, it was and I'll definitely just book straight through the hotel next time. But
It's
that
cheaper.
hotel was awesome. Yeah, and that hotel
Dude,
was
book
absolutely awesome.
through the hotel, it's way cheaper.
Give
Yeah,
me
I'll
a
definitely
heads
do that
up.
next time.
Give me a heads up when you
All right.
when you go to Vegas. Let me know.
Okay.
Oh, we
I have some things that I can work out.
All right, that sounds good. Bro.
we met
When you own a pool, you stop caring about him.
met,
listen to Mr. Rich Bitch over here. I got an in-ground pool. It's probably heated, and we
It
get
is
going
heated.
at all. See, I fucking knew it. Listen to this motherfucker just touting
Salt
all
water.
this white privilege. all
It's
this
salt
white
water,
privilege all
heated.
day.
It sounds like nerds asking for a job application here.
It looks kind of cool.
This whole
It does look really cool.
this whole end here is all shallow. So when we have people over, it's like you just kind of chill out in there and stand around. It's nice, and then it's
Is that where sheep goes in the pool?
'Cause he can't swim.
Yeah, because he can't swim. He stinks.
Again,
He can't
again,
swim.
that
He's
is
a very
common
good swimmer.
misconception.
He's a very good swimmer.
That is a common misconception. I swim like a fucking fish. I sink
That's
like
why
a
I
rock.
made the joke. I know
Yeah, he
sheep well
can't
enough.
float. He can't float. That's what it is.
I
He
know
can't float
sheep
for sure.
well enough to know that it just hits him right there because he's a fucking badass swimmer.
Like
Fucking
I
dude.
might actually be the not necessarily an exception. I might be so much of an exception to like what is known as like black stereotypes that I could be categorized as white. But yeah, I swim.
I think half of Twitter would agree with you on that one.
It's like I swim.
Especially
I
black
don't.
Twitter.
I'm not that much a fan of like the purple drink. I don't care much for watermelon. I'm not going around robbing people. I don't care much for rap. I love chicken. And that might just be the common denominator.
To be fair, if somebody says they don't like chicken, there's something wrong with them.
No,
She
I love
needs
chicken.
to move to Japan.
Here's the thing,
I
like
love fried chicken.
there's one protein I like more than chicken, and that's fish.
Yeah, that's awful white of you.
All right.
That's awful white of you. Well,
Yeah,
speaking
that's
of
why I
white,
said
ladies and
that's why I
gentlemen,
said how I said it, because I knew somebody was going to try to interject and say something stupid.
If you're ever on the East Coast, we have a chain. You'd probably love them. I can't eat there because I'm allergic to
You
it.
might want to rephrase that.
Yeah, you said a chain. I'm sitting here like,
Jingle,
Look, we're not
jingle,
talking about my
Didn't
pool. We're
say-
not.
He didn't
Hold
say
on.
shackles. He said chains, dude.
hold on, let me
Yeah.
look for a
No, that would be for
Kensei
Passover,
Just throw it on
Mephisto.
myself
Yeah.
real quick.
We're not going to have Joe Biden there with a chain threatening to call you Esther Williams. You know, that's not happening. No, there's a chain of restaurants, but it's called Hip Hop Chicken and Fish, and I can't eat there because I'm allergic to fish and shellfish. But you know, it's anything that's fried together, I can't fuck with. But one of the last meals that Carl Ruiz had, famed celebrity chef Carl Ruiz, was at Hip Hop Chicken and Fish. So he swore by it. A lot of people around here do, but
It sounds delicious to me. It sounds kind of racist that you told Sheep he should go there, though.
I'm just saying.
I'm just putting that out.
Oh,
We
wait.
also
But before I forget, I met Matt Kadish. Went to his podcast
Salty Nerd
studio.
Podcast, yeah.
Great
He
guys.
gave
great
us a
guys.
tour for me, the wife, the kids. The wife was so stoked. He was more stoked than me. I was looking at the cameras. She was looking at the insulation for some reason.
And
I was like,
soundproofing.
Yeah, it was like, what are you looking at? Look at the 6K, 6K cameras or whatever he's got over there. Look at this fucking producer area. Look at this thing. And he was really gracious. Matt is fucking the best, man. He's
The
so
Salty
good.
Nerd crew were awesome
The
when we were there. We went
Yeah,
there
they
with the
were.
Midweek Hump, and I did some behind the scenes stuff with Friday Night Tights, and they were the nicest guys in the world.
Oh,
Did you get to see their alcohol collection?
Yes.
No.
Oh,
it was in the waiting room. It was in the
yeah,
waiting
dude,
room.
it was great.
I was, like I said, I was there with the kids. I was just admiring the hardware first.
The nerd
My kids
shit.
were my kids were bought as soon as we walked in. He walked in, it's like, you want a drink? And they're both like, I want Sprite, I want Coke, and they're done. They were done. But for me, as soon as we walked in, it was like, God damn it, I want this. I wish. I have nothing to do with it. I just wish I had it.
That's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
That's fucking awesome. And yes, Shags did break the link tonight. So the Rumble is over on my channel tonight. The link is down there in the chat if you guys want to go over to Rumble. Sleazy's here, late and super gay. And yeah, exactly. See, it was Sheep's fault. Burn
What?
down the house.
Where's Shags, by the way?
He is currently at a gay men's retreat. Getting,
it's called Bohemian
himself-
Grove.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
hanging out with the Illuminati right now.
He's getting
I'm-
refilled currently. As
For
we
some
speak
reason,
right now.
for some reason, we didn't get our invites to the Illuminati party.
Yeah.
Fisto.
No, so.
All hail Moloch the King.
Oh God! Oh, there you go. May the Lord strike you dead with lightning.
We'll see Alex Jones come out of the bushes. He's like, I got footage of this bearded guy getting passed around like a.
Oh, dude,
Legion of Memers.
dude, I heard something like passing by. It was running. My cell connection is so fucking awful. I was looking through Twitter, and it takes time to load up, and I was like, P. Diddy clapped the cheeks of Carl Winslow.
Yeah.
It's like,
Oh yeah.
the fuck you say?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
Reginald Vell Johnson has been rumored to be be gay for decades.
I didn't know.
Yeah. In fact, there is a long-standing rumor that him and James Avery were a thing, and Sherman Hemsley was closeted. George Jefferson.
Yeah.
Surprise, surprise.
Yeah.
Wow, whole lot of guys on the down low after all. I
Yeah.
guess there was okay. So I had an ex girlfriend of mine that liked to watch. What was that? Tyra Banks, the chick with
Oh.
the fucking the tall, beautiful, fucking light skinned model chick.
Mhm.
And there was a thing that came on there. They did all, and I only watched it in passing. I was going to the bedroom. I don't think I was going to work or something like that. But the whole episode was about how much of a percentage black men are on the down low. Like how much of a percentage was? And it was really high. It was actually really surprising on that one. So.
It's not surprising
They-
at all to me.
They probably
Wow.
pick Atlanta, which is a bad idea.
Yeah,
Jesus.
yeah. Atlanta's like the like ground zero of that shit.
It's the
All
capital
your-
of the down low.
All your Baptist grandmothers would be horrified. That's all I have to say.
I mean, somebody made a comment about Don Glover being one of them.
Oh,
And
Donald
I'm like,
Glover.
Yeah, and I'm like, well, but yeah, his name is Dong Lover. You know, if you break it down.
Damn, that's a dad joke. I'm taking that.
He's gonna take that. He's gonna take that just like Shags is taking it right now.
Oh,
Sleazy, by the way. Yeah, I wish I had my buttons. I don't have my buttons right now. I'm on a new computer. I got a new Meta PC. I got to set up my buttons and shit.
Yeah, y'all build PCs. Come on now.
Well, okay. For one, I don't have the wherewithal to do that. I wouldn't trust myself to do that. But also, this wasn't me. Alec Baldwin's finger was like, "Here's your budget. Go build a PC." I was like,
This is called your
okay.
wherewithal. You get one of these with your case, and you get one of these with your motherboard.
There you go. Well, no, I actually, because I had one of my buddies, Jim Bone, who he builds all his own computers. He was actually one of the guys that lives in Vegas. He picked me up from the airport and like ferried me around and shit. And yeah, I told him, I was like, "You do this all the time. Tell me what here's the link. Tell me what I should add in there and put in there. And here's the budget." And so yeah, it was pretty cool.
To be fair, if you really want to build a PC by yourself, what you should do is watch not the Verge video, because that one was taken down.
oh, that's hilarious.
Watch the reaction to the Verge video with
Yeah.
all the different YouTubers that reacted to it mashed
Yes.
up in a thing. That's how you build a PC, because they tell you exactly what to do.
Dude, the original video was so fucking horrendous. Dude had wires everywhere. Couldn't keep you in the wrong fucking slots. And he's talking about, and I can run at like a good frame rate, and I play a lot of these games. Bro, you just built a bomb. What are you doing?
Dude, I can watch my buddy Jim. I can imagine my buddy's Jim Bones just head exploding watching something like that.
Dude,
Because
I
he
watched
builds
that
like all
video.
of his own like intercoolers. Like he bends all of his own tubing. His thing looks like a freaking super cool jet engine inside of that damn thing. Like it's insane what he's done inside of his computer.
I had a friend. I still have a friend in the UK. He builds a computer every fucking time Nvidia comes up with a fucking
a
new
new chip.
card,
Yeah.
and he also does his own cooling tubes and everything. His latest one, I saw it like a year and a half ago, because we haven't talked in a long time. He built something fucking insane, and I was like, is it you? I was like, yes. My spare time, I game, or it's PC build time for like a week and a half. I work. He works like 10 hours a day. And then on his free time and weekends, he is just building that computer. It's not fucking insane. The man just loves doing this shit.
That's
So it's like
fucking
when
awesome.
you build this stuff, man, it's very easy. It's like riding a bike, because I hadn't put one together in a number of years. I think 2015. I went from 2015 to 2024. No, 2023, because I got most of my stuff at the tail end of 2023. And I was just like, yeah, it's kind of like riding a bike, except now it's even easier than
Yeah.
close to
No,
a decade ago.
I was terrified of putting my graphics card in there, because it's that new big fucking one, the T1000 with the 3 triple fans. The fucking thing's this damn big and this fucking long, you know. And like I was like I know how much this thing cost retail. I really don't want to fuck this up. But it was like it wasn't anywhere near as hard as what I thought it would be.
Yeah, the only thing that's like kind of like that tripped me up a little bit was putting in the support bracket, because like the last time I built a PC, GPUs were not as heavy as they are now. So I have a 4080 in mine, and that thing's it
It's
weighs.
hefty.
Yeah,
It's
it
hefty.
weighs.
I always gotta. Yeah, this thing's fucking heavy too. Mine came in. I gotta go get the box because I can't ever. It's whatever that one that everybody was freaking out over or whatever.
He just went.
And he just leaves. He's still talking.
It's having
He'll
to-
sit back down and say, anyway.
It's having to put the correct posts and put the motherboard in. That's the scary part for me. And the putting in the CPU was always scary for me. That's why I didn't want to build my own PC. I know what to do because it's way easier now because you don't have it. All the jumpers are electrical jumpers instead of physical. It used to be physical jumpers that you had to literally put in.
Oh, you got a 4070.
47.
Yeah.
That's pretty good,
This fucking box, like, it had to come separate in a separate package from the PC. This thing was fucking heavy as shit. Yeah, this is fucking crazy ass bastard.
Yeah, I got the 4080. The 4080 is about the same size as the 4070. In fact, some of the 4070s, I have a 4080 OC, but some of the 4080s they didn't have the right amount of CUDA cores. They were defective, so they just said, "Yeah, fuck it, we can still sell them. We'll just make them 4070s." So the 4070 is a good buy, to be honest with you.
Nice. That's fucking
I
great.
still have my 2080. I'm pretty good with it. I just can't afford anything.
No, I mean, that's the thing is you build something to last, man. I don't know why people feel like they got to build something every year, you know?
Yeah.
Right.
Some people can afford it. I have friends who they don't have kids or they have older kids or something.
Mm-hmm.
They have not free income, so some of it goes to savings, some of it go to whatever they want. So they save up 6 months, put it in some sort of a low yield one, then they just fucking cash it in and buy a new PC because they know it's going to cost a lot.
I can't even sit here and fake the funk and saying that. Like I wouldn't just shell out a bunch of money on a PC like that, even if I was saving it. I'd instead flip that into like either something else for the house. Like I'd do something for like building up this farm that Amarad and I are trying to get together, or I'd fuck around and get a 3D printer and just start printing a bunch of plastic crack. Not literal crack, but like, models and shit like that I can paint and build and stuff.
Yeah.
That's my bread and butter. That's where
if you can go with the resin 3D printer, because you're going to get so much less sanding with that.
I just want something that doesn't smell as bad. I mean, that's going to take a while before we get one of those, but we'll see.
We had a pretty rotten experience with our 3D printer. It wasn't. I don't know if it was defective or not working well. The software was awful.
It's hard to calibrate them in a lot of cases.
Oh, did it only print in 2D then?
This motherfucker, man.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
We needed a dad joke, guys. We forgot to start the show with one.
Oh my god.
I mean, I did get that Dong Lover one though.
That's true. He did get the Dong Lover. Emperor's Doomsday, one of our fine channel members over here. Good to see you, Paul Hadouken. And he says, Extrazero, let me know if you need music. There you go.
Yeah, Kenzo and I will be in touch with you, dude.
Good. And Metastep, one of our very fine channel mods around here. Good to see you, Metastep, as well. Another one of our fine channel members, too, as well. Yeah, I don't blame you. I can't get used to the new time either. I don't blame you. You're not that late. But yes, and we're demonetized. I guarantee that. As long as we're not nuking the channel, that's all that I'm really concerned about tonight. So, yeah, that's why we're also over on Rumble on my channel, just in case.
Paul, do me a favor. DM me on Twitter. I'm working on something, and I might need some music.
There you go, Paul Dukin. There you go. All right, let's see who else we got out there. We got Future Boy. Says first glance, I thought this title said featuring Mike Zero. Yeah,
bro,
definitely not.
We get Mike Zero on here. I don't like. We
need a picture. We need a picture of a frozen epic Mike.
Frozen epic Mike.
No, yeah. Oh my God, Mike Zero. Does that motherfucker even live stream? I don't even know if
I don't know, but it'd be funny as hell. We just start the stream. He's already halfway through talking about Star Wars and Kathleen Kennedy.
Oh yeah, and he still hasn't said a single fucking thing. He's 5 minutes into it and hasn't said a damn thing.
Hours into that shit, and he's told you nothing.
I used to watch his videos, and then like one time. I hadn't been watching him for too long, but there was just one time I was sitting there and I'm watching one of his videos, and my eyes just kind of glazed over, and I sat there for a second, and I realized this motherfucker ain't said shit for the last 5 damn minutes. He's just been talking, not saying a damn thing, and I'm like, this motherfucker's full of shit, and I never watched another one of his fucking videos. Oh, Grant says, sorry I couldn't make it. Shout out to Extra Dub. There you go, Mr. Grant Gregory. Always good to see you,
Shout
my
out.
friend. Always good to see you. And Release the McCracken. Good to see you, Bubba. Good to see you, Release the McCracken. And over on Rumble, we've got Roy, Rat, and Parathis. Good to see you guys. Yeah, we're taking over Shag's midweek hump on Rumble tonight because he forgot to set it up properly. But that's okay. We got his back. The Devastator says, howdy all. Good to see you, Devastators. No, Shags is currently getting his energy refilled at a all men's gay retreat.
He's the Tesla.
I mean, he should be.
He's the Tesla near the charging stations. That's what
exactly. So
He's currently getting covered in gallons of ranch by a bunch of men.
Yeah, and that's what they call it, ranch. That's what they've been telling him it is the entire
Ram
time.
Ranch.
He keeps asking why it tastes salty, and all they do is smirk at him. I don't know why.
But by the way,
we poop.
By the way, ranch is fucking awful. It's disgusting.
Disgusting. It is disgusting.
Look, he thought he was going to a Mario themed birthday party, and he thought it was going to be a boo cake.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, since this guy's only can we poop with the door open and make meat helmets and walk around nude? I mean, as long as I'm not around you, I don't care what you do, Devastator, but I'm not going to be in the same house as you if you're doing that. I'm just putting that out.
Reminds me of that line from Step Brothers where Dale's like saying to his dad, he's like, you shiver the door open and go riverboat gambling. We've never done any of that, Dale.
Elemental MJ says, hey, what's going on,
Hell,
Elemental?
my
Good
dude.
to see you, buddy.
Dude, that is a
Good to
badass
see you.
avatar.
That is a really badass avatar. That looks fucking cool as shit. Nobody gives a shit about yours, Sheep. We've all seen that character before. Nobody cares.
No, you haven't.
That avatar looks like Yang Ye if he had an ounce of dignity.
But he doesn't. And from the depths of the abyss, ladies and gentlemen, there is an Eldritch horror sighting in the chat. None other than our wonderful Horror Amarada. Good to see you, Horror.
Where is she?
She has taken her departure from the show.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
She's got the other channel, the Abysmal Critic, taken off, and she's putting more focus into that and some other stuff that she's working on. So she's left from here so that she could put more focus into that stuff.
Yeah,
okay.
She's working hard.
Go follow her on the Abysmal Critic.
She's
That's
absolutely killing it, guys. Go check it out. Honestly, she's killing it. Proud of her.
Yep. Links
Like
in
just
the
about a month in,
description.
and she's almost at 1,000 subscribers already.
Good.
I'm like, damn, good.
Good.
Hell yeah, that's fucking great. Yeah, I mean, that's what happens when fucking Geeks and Gamers and Nerdrotic both fuck up your name enough times that they feel like they have to shout you out every stream. That shit's fucking
They renamed her channel on Friday Night.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they literally renamed her channel on Friday Night.
Dude, that can only take you so far. It's not about the fucking subs. It's about the views. From I saw, she gets fucking decent views for
she does.
size of that channel.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
She'll do it. She'll It's so funny. I think I told her that on a DM. I think right before the FNT crew fucked up her name, and because she already got like decent views from before that, and I told her, look, it's just that thing where you do a full on reset. You want to do what you want to do. You do a full reset. You start over. You're like, I already got to like 4,000 hours. I'm almost there with my main channel. Open up a new one and something happens and it just you write it out, dude. You write it out. You just keep hammering away. I'm not surprised that she is like, okay, I have to focus this and work. That's great. That's fucking awesome.
Yeah, no, she's putting in the work. There's no doubt about it. I've looked at that channel several times and I'm always impressed every time I look at that damn thing. So yeah, no, she's doing fucking great out there. I love it.
I have notifications on.
There you go.
Oh, we're just one-upping each other? I date her.
I was like, ooh, I got notifications.
Oh, God damn it. Sheep beat us all. Sheep destroyed us all.
Well, guess what? Sheep fucks her, so... Fuck. Damn, Rocks.
Pretty-
Let's just,
pretty
you want to play that
blatant.
card? I'm just going to whip fucking sheep stick out and throw it on the table for you and go, how about
Why-
this,
hey!
motherfucker?
That's a
No.
pretty big fucking table,
Relax.
man.
Relax. All right. First
Fucking
topic.
made out of goddamn tree stump fucking table.
50
Game
minutes
of Thrones table, that shit, dude.
50 minutes
Pretty
in,
sure-
we're just
pretty
Bunch of
sure,
fucking
uh,
battle plans on there.
There
Pretty
you
sure
go.
Horror Amrata's not coming back.
And he had a pretty dick.
I hate y'all.
You started it. He had. He had.
did he?
What happened to it? Oh, she corrected it. Has.
I was about to say is like I'm pretty sure that's a
Oh,
typo.
he had it.
Nonetheless.
Oh, shit. Yeah, she cut that motherfucker up. Lorena Bobbitt. Oh, shit. Oh,
See,
shit.
this is mine now.
Oh, God. That motherfucker's stuffed. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Yeah, Roy Rat says, Hail Cthulhu, our Lord and Master of the Deep. Oh, my God. That is fucking great. That is
Listen, guys, I gotta head out early. I got an early morning. So
Wait,
bet.
Wait, you need to
Rocks
stay.
is gonna
You need
turn
to
into
stay
a
just a few
fucking
more
pumpkin.
minutes because you're gonna need to
what-
see this.
I'll
What
stay
a
up
damn
early, so I
pumpkin
can't
this
stay
guy
any,
is.
any later.
Oh,
than
come on,
that.
hurry up, Zero. We ain't got, don't be a cock tease now. Come on, motherfucker.
Oh, come on. Sometimes the apps that I use just,
See, this is how it's gonna go, right? This is how it's gonna go. We're gonna move the midweek hump to like 3 in the afternoon, and Green Rocks is gonna be like, "All right, guys, I gotta leave," and it's like 3:14. He's like, "What the hell, man?"
I need some sleep. God damn it!
the
Yeah,
worst
nuke-
part is
nuke-
I'm
nuke the
on the
channel.
East Coast and you're like out there in the mountain time and
I'm an Extrazero. You text me almost like you've texted me at like weird hours, but you know
Weird
I'm up
hours.
at that. Like early hours when no human being should actually be up.
Dude,
What do you
it's
mean?
11. I'm in the East Coast.
Right.
11:30.
And what time
I
do you have to
need
get
to-
up?
I need to go to bed soon because
What time do you have to get up?
7 hours, 7.5 hours.
Lucky duck.
Lucky.
Oh, you can
Luck
sleep
has-
when you're
Alright.
dead, Rocks. That's what
Luck-
energy drinks and caffeine are for, damn it.
Luck has nothing to do with it. I'm on a vacation. I'm going to go see the fucking Museum of Natural Art. I'm going to walk. I said it to Jesse. It's like mucho walko tomorrow. Like-
Mm.
I want to go to Liberty Science Center again.
I was literally in bed trying to fall asleep, and my wife was like, "Wha-
Oh my god. This needs to be the thumbnail. This needs to be the thumbnail for the video.
all right,
Oh
well
my-
I'll send that to Jesse so you
Oh my
Oh.
god, that is fucking great. Good
the
job,
Diddy in the
Zero.
corner did it for me."
Yeah, exactly. Diddy's the best part, dude. Diddy's the absolute. And look, you can even see like streams of shit on Shags' stomach. Oh
Right. I was
my
about to say, what's
God.
what's that liquid
Yeah.
coming out of his
You-
Yeah,
you
that-
hope it's
I'm
body
hoping it's
shots.
shots. I'm hoping it's shots.
You better hope it's shots.
Eh,
Oh, it's shots
it's-
of
it's a
something.
shot.
That's right.
It's a
It's
shot,
shots
all
of
right.
something. Wow. See,
Look,
wasn't that worth an extra couple of minutes of your sleep,
Hey,
Rocks? Come
That
on.
is,
now.
that is
Oh,
correct. And on that note, I shall see you guys next
Go follow Go follow Green Rocks on Twitter
Rocks
and on
with
X
you,
and
Green.
on all the
Extra zero.
YouTubes and the Rumbles and all that
all the
good shit.
promo stuff, Mr. Producer.
Yeah,
All
we'll
right.
have him plug all that shit later.
Good night,
We'll have
everybody.
him plug that shit harder than Shags is getting plugged right now.
Damn.
Damn.
Good night, everybody.
Hawk
I'm not
some
gonna let
out.
this go.
Oh,
I'm
he
not gonna let
left.
this go.
Fuck him.
Fuck him, man. Well, we've still got one juice. so
Well,
we're
now
okay.
now that he's gone, I guess I got to add him to the
Jesus Christ.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you should have added him to the background at the beginning. What the fuck?
I
are you
should have.
talking about?
I should have,
Yeah,
but I
there
was
you
trying
go.
to.
Yeah. Good job photoshopping some pants. Don't want to get the channel nuked.
Yeah. Yeah, shout out to you.
Oh,
bro.
and yeah. Horror also said, I mean, it is mine. I just let him hold on to it for me. So
Yeah,
there
so
you go.
I promptly said, chill out.
I love it. I love it. I love how uncomfortable she makes you feel when she starts talking about all that shit. I fucking love it.
Anyway,
I don't know why people like stop watching me get embarrassed by this white. This is why I have this profile picture. Y'all letting this white woman just embarrass me.
Well, I mean, that's what you get, Bubba. That's what you get. You're nothing more than a filthy race traitor. So what did you expect to happen?
The Jonathan Majors defense.
Crazy ass white women. Crazy ass white women. Oh my
There we
god.
go.
Oh my god. Yeah, Roy Rats over there is like money shot. That's right. Talking about your meme, Extrazero. That is fucking great. Yeah, white women the most embarrassing. Exactly. Meta step. Exactly. White women the most embarrassing. Oh my fucking god. That is great. That is great. So yeah.
First topic.
Uh,
I don't
well,
know
we're,
if
You talking the Stellar Blade stuff?
yeah, we can talk about the let's do the Stellar Blade stuff. Let me pull up my Stellar Blade articles.
Dude, I'm so out of out of the loop.
Mm-hmm.
You know what was really good in this whole vacation? Not following up on the Ripper versus EVS fucking shit drama.
Oh, dude, I don't give a fuck. I
So
do not.
quiet.
I'm
So
fucking
great.
I'm so over that bullshit. I've been so over that bullshit since the fucking beginning. When you turn it into your main fucking thing, just go fuck off.
I'm not gonna look. Just it's good.
That's
Move
the thing.
on.
I think the worst thing
Blade.
on the internet, like at least in social media, are the drama farmers. Like I hate
Right.
Dark Side Phil. If they told me that the guy was found dead in a ditch getting butt fucked by a meth addict tomorrow,
Oh,
I would be
Damn.
like, no, I'm serious. I'd laugh and I'd be like, good riddance. But the thing about Phil is that the people that make their entire online personality that guy is their own Truman Show, they're the most retarded motherfuckers to walk this
you're
planet.
not wrong. You're
And-
not wrong.
Yeah, and they like get hung up on like, and they get, that's the thing is these guys get so thirsty for blood that anybody that suddenly goes into the circles, you know, because I've run into them, being associated with side scrollers, like these motherfuckers are just relentless, and they just the drama farmers. There's no difference in that space. These EVS people, they're the same. They're the exact same.
Dude,
You know what make DSP the most? Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, anytime you deal with blood sports, you like get involved with blood sports, and it's been that way in YouTube for the longest. It's live by the sword, die by the sword. Just look at what happened to fucking mundane Matt. Look at what happened.
Bad karma.
Look at what happened to Ethan Ralph. Look at what happened to anyone who was in that area. Even fucking what's his face, stupid head drama alert guy. Yeah, I know
Keem.
Keem.
Yeah.
I know he makes a lot of money, but he's always living by that sword. And one day it's gonna kick him in the ass. Fucking Fousey Tube, if you know who he is. Live by the sword, die by the sword, dude.
Bro, Fousey done lost his damn mind.
Always. They make a lot of money for a very short time, but they get caught with their pants down, and it's over. Right. It's over.
I will
Drama
say
it's been going on for a long time.
I'll say it'd be funny as hell because I actually pitched this idea to Amarada as well. It'd be funny as hell to find out that like DSP was just like he was doing a social experiment for the last decade and a half. Nice. Guinness.
Hell yeah.
But it'd be funny as hell. He's just doing this social experiment for the last decade and a half, and he's just like, well, all right, well, you guys are pretty much onto the grift the whole time, and I just kept playing it up like I was retarded the whole time.
Like when
really
Chris Chan did the rolling and trolling video. Did you ever see that one?
No, I haven't, but it'd be funny as hell. Like DSP is like, yeah, no, Kat's not my actual. She's not my actual wife, so on and so forth. I'm actually married to this lady right here, and he just like a woman just walks out. She's like an 8 out of 10 or something like that, and like he's like, all right, well, my whole YouTube career is done. I appreciate everybody for entertaining me, allowing me to entertaining me for the last like decade and a half. But I'm gonna go chill on the same island with Tom from MySpace. So peace out, and you just never see him again. I would die laughing. I'm like, this is one of the most genius men of all time.
Yeah.
I need a full 180 from Phil right now.
This is 20 seconds, but Chris Chan did this shit like a decade ago where he exactly that. But except it was just like, I think he had like a well-intentioned friend who told him like, yeah, if you do this will get the trolls to go away.
No, it didn't.
Yeah, it didn't. It didn't.
Clearly.
No, this is gonna be bad.
It's not bad.
I meant it's just like it's gonna be like funny bad.
Yeah.
All right. So Chris Chan rolling and trolling ending. What
What in the goddamn?
I've never been autistic. I work 40 hours a week to support my parents. This has all been a trick.
Yeah.
Fucking yeah, no shit. Good point.
Gangsta
Thanks,
Paradise.
Zero. Gotta blame you for
Well,
that.
you
shit.
could have stopped it after you.
Oh, my
This
God.
guy. This guy. It's not my fault. And I'm like,
Fucking Zero. No, my fault. You could have stopped it at any time.
well, see,
What's
the
up,
reason
Tim
it did-
Hayes? I see you over there on Rumble. What's up, buddy?
the reason it didn't work for Chris Chan is that Chris Chan kept doing stuff.
Exactly. This is like right after that. He was going to like Fridays after 5, this music event in Virginia, wearing a sports bra that said "Want Woman." So.
Oh, that shit, yeah.
But see, like the weird thing is like the DSP people, it's blood sports, but like the people with Chris, it was just people, there was that one kid, Blue Spike, but for the most part, people were just like, Jesus Christ, can you believe these antics? Nobody was,
Anyway, all I was saying is I'm so happy I was out of the loop and having very little like cell service. It's so crazy that it shows the full 4 bars and it's ready to go. I can access Twitter, but I don't see anything, and I cannot access like Google Maps. It just shows me you're in the States. Great. I'm in New York. I need to get.
See, at first I thought you said it just shows me urine.
No.
And then I was like, yeah, but you're in New York, and then you finished the sentence. Huh?
You're in the States, or urine. States.
Yeah, just urine.
You are here.
You are
Hey,
here
where's here?
in the Manhattan area.
Ooh, you poor man.
Dude, even New York is not that bad. There's
No,
like
it's always about the different places that you're at.
it really is. It really comes down to if you're living here, yeah, you've got a problem. You've got a lot of problems. But if you're just coming over here to visit, yeah, you can see the fucking homelesses. I haven't seen protests, even though it's like 2 blocks away. I have not seen anything. I saw one random flag, and I was like, okay. And you know what's crazy? I went to Spook Central, the building where Ghostbusters 1984.
Oh, that was not what I thought you were saying.
As in spooky ghosts. Relax.
Yes.
I didn't know there was an actual church.
Wait, that's racist.
I didn't know there was a church next to it. I thought it was just the building. They took the building and where the Marshmallow Man just destroyed the church.
Man,
I thought it wasn't there. I thought it was just a composite. The church is actually there. You know what flag has on top of that church? The trans flag. The
damn it!
I was like, really on the church? Okay.
Color me shocked there. Color me fucking. Oh, dude, that shit's been
otherwise,
infesting it.
Otherwise, there was a lot of people that you would expect in a place that is full of, like tourists. Mm-hmm. So a lot of people soliciting tour buses, a lot of people soliciting like rides on a moped and all that stuff.
So basically, it's a tourist trap.
Does Times Square still have like the shitty guys in costume that are like talking like that? That was the thing that got me the last time I was there.
Dude, there was a guy in a Batman suit. He was full on, but his mouth looked exactly like Michael Keaton. And I was like, that's definitely not Michael Keaton, but they sure cast a really good guy to get. He was, of course, a Hispanic guy or Latin guy. I don't know if he was Mexican or El Salvadorian, but his mouth looked exactly like Michael Keaton.
Yo soy Batman.
I mean, he said hola to me, so give it away.
And Charles Devane says, wait, isn't this Shags channel? Where's that bearded bastard at? Also, hail Legion of Memers and hail the Common Nerd. Hail Charles.
Do we need to show Charles again?
Yes. So yeah, we'll bring that picture up as we explain the story to Charles. So Charles, Sheep is currently at a gay men's retreat right now.
Sheep.
I'm getting Sheep.
Oh,
I
Hey,
say sheep? Oh shit!
you
I'm
said
sorry. Did I
sheep,
say
motherfucker.
I'm sorry. Well, a sheep is obviously here, so clearly it's not sheep at the gay men's
God
retreat.
damn it! Don't you
Clearly the
ever,
missing.
don't you ever in your life again.
Don't you put my name in your mouth when you're talking about Shags' gay retreat. Keep your name out of your motherfucking mouth when you're talking about Shags' gay retreat.
Keep my
But yeah,
straight name out of your motherfucking mouth.
Shags is currently at a gay men's retreat right now, getting his energy refilled, if you know what I mean. And we actually have pictures currently live. Shags just actually sent this to us. Apparently, he thought this was a good thing we could show on stream. But yeah, looking a little awkward. And apparently, P Diddy showed up too. So
Shout out. We found Diddy.
this is where Shags. Yeah, we found Diddy. He's having fun with Shags right now out there in Bohemian Grove.
Diddy Dong Racing.
Yeah.
Diddy Dong Racing.
Oh, that is
Wait,
good.
wait.
So yeah,
I
that
ju-
is where Shags is at, Charles.
Did your second channel get nuked again?
What second channel?
The Common
one?
Nerds.
No, I'm looking at it right now.
And why did it said nerd got nuked? Follow Common Nerd on Rumble.
Oh,
Oh, he
no,
didn't.
no,
He
that's
never
just-
changed
that's
the
just-
thing.
Yeah, I didn't change my little cut and paste thing.
Oh, okay.
That's all. And plus, it makes it more likely for people to go subscribe to the Rumble in case they don't know the story. So yeah, that's all about marketing here. Come on, Mephisto, you're a Jew. Jesus, get on my side here. What the hell?
We're not good marketers. We're good bankers, dude.
Oh,
If we were good marketers, we would have been higher profile on the old Israel front.
Oh, yeah, good point. Good point.
J.K. Rowling got it right. That's why she put the goblins in the banks.
It's because she's Scottish and not Jewish.
And Nada says you're in the States. That's right. That is right. That is fucking great. That is fucking great. All right, boys and girls. So Stellar Blade, the embargo has officially been lifted, and we now have some of our first reviews and officially have come in. And honestly, if you look at the overall score, it's actually rather impressive. But the thing about this is we have a lot of headlines like this. This is obviously from The Verge. Stellar Blade on PS5 has flash and fun, but is mostly dull. IGN, Stellar Blade review. Well, okay, so it's not very good on this one. Their tweet
Headline is
on this
bad.
one is a little bit better, but their tweet. Let's see where the conclusion is down here. It basically. Oh yeah, here you go. Its characters lack any kind of personality, charm, or charisma. They said basically the story is extremely boring. Yeah, you can say the Stellar Blade's combat is derivative, self-defense, enemies are prone to launch into long, uninfinite things, yada, yada, yada. The funny part about this is one of the articles basically claimed, it's from thegamer.com. Thegamer.com,
Yep.
Which I'll find that one. That one's really good, too. Because the
That one had me
gamer.com
laughing.
one, yeah, the Stellar Blade review from thegamer.com. This was great. Stellar Blade review, decent blade. Stellar Blade's marketing has been all about Eve, but it feels like much ado about nothing. This motherfucker literally comes in here. The wave of giant and powerful and awful difficult bosses that ask you to parry with expert timing makes it feel like it seems more like a Soulsborne. But if so, it's one of the more simplistic of the genre. The inspiration only extends to the bosses, not the skirmishes around the wider world. So they're literally complaining this game is too hard for them. Okay? That's literally what they're complaining about. They talk about lack of narrative, talking about it being boring. It says it's style over substance. You fight a flurry of bosses who seem in your way convenient rather than with a great purpose. It loses itself in a narrative, but is both messy and predictable. There are some plot twists telegraphed early on with the sort of subtlety you expect from a game about the fate of humanity whose central characters named Eve and Adam. Nier Automata, it ain't. The problem with style over substance is there's even more titillating temptation to say what style. There are moments in Stellar Blade that look great and the enemies have interesting and often completely grotesque designs, but Eve seems too much like a passenger. If you've seen that clip of her cocking her leg to the side and slide down the ladder, you've seen all the personality she displays the entire game.
Well, that was about the first time they mentioned the word game in any of that.
Well, Jesse, I for one am shocked. Shocked. Well, not that shocked.
Not that shocked. This article, this is the one I was talking about. This one had me fucking dying, laughing. Basically, this to summarize this article, it's like a reverse Chris Stuckman. So it's like the dude basically did a review about something that he didn't want to do a review about because he liked it.
Yep. Well, and it's funny that you say that too, because we're going to get to the Metacritic score in here in a second, because that's one of the things that's interesting. But yeah, if you go down here and you go all the way down here to the bottom, you get their final score. What's their final score? 3.5 stars out of 5, even after all that bullshit and that crappy ass article headline that they had, right? And then same thing right here. IGN roasted a bit too. And then what did they end up saying down here at the bottom? All the way, you have to scroll all the way past all their bullshit.
Or 7.
They give it a 7. They call it a good, right? Now, this is something that absolutely blew me away about this whole situation, because I did not think these words would ever come out of my mouth in a million years. But ladies and gentlemen, variety is the voice of reason in this situation. Okay? Variety, and not only variety, but Screen Rant. Stellar Blade Review, an action-packed marvel, says the headline from Screen Rant. Stellar Blade borrows the right elements from its contemporary and infuses an exhilarating combat to deliver a linear marvel for PlayStation fans. Stellar Blade excels in combat mechanics, offering exhilarating and challenging encounters with bosses. The narrative might struggle with pacing at times, but is still a worthy experience. Stellar Blade's universe borrows all the right elements from Nier Automata and Souls-like classics.
Automata.
Right?
Motherfucker, can you read?
Automata.
You threw 2 letters
It's
in
not
there
a
that weren't there.
tomato situation here.
It's not. You threw 2 letters in there that weren't there. What are you doing?
Either way, this is the same game that the Gamer article was comparing it to. Now, before we let everybody have their things, I want to get through this variety thing real quick, because I love this variety review. This is written by a female, mind you, Katsy Stefan. I'm assuming maybe Katie. I don't know. Maybe the C was actually added in there by the editor. I don't know, who fucking knows. But either way, yeah, there you go. Stellar Blade is a stylish, sexy action adventure video game review. Seoul-based developer Shift slated Stellar Blade. We know about that. Lots of the vocal attention. Much of the vocal group is honed in on a particular selling point in the game's hero, Eve, who's extraordinarily well endowed in her chest and backside. Eve's generous assets have given way to a myriad of memes and endless supply of Reddit threads about game's extra bouncy, jiggly physics. While Eve's allure may be a key draw for the game, sex sells, after all. How refreshing is that to hear? Stellar Blade has far more to offer than its protagonist's physique. Stellar Blade is set on a desolate Earth in the future, following airborne squad member Eve as she sets out to fulfill her life's purpose. She's flanked by 2 companions. Adam, who's a survivor, leads Eve's humanity to the last city. Lily, an exuberant youthful engineer. Adam's a little lacking in personality, but Lily more than makes up for it for her endless charm. Adam and Lily don't actually follow Eve into combat. Lengthy tutorial. Players thrust into an unforgiving world of the Wastelands, which boasts an impressive variety of enemies and a slew of compelling side quests to complete. These characters are the side quests are a bright spot of the game. They're often more interesting than the main story. The plot doesn't make a complete sense, left intentionally vague to build intrigue as Eve discovers the truth about her world. Unfortunately, it builds in a reveal that ultimately doesn't pay off very well. That said, there's still plenty of love here. The combat system, though unforgiving and oftentimes quite challenging, is incredibly rewarding. Learning how to precisely time perfect parries and dodges is the key to keeping Eve alive and vanquishing foes, with much of her branching skill trees built around elevating those 2 simple moves. Difficult battles can be proved to be immensely frustrating at this time due to largely the game's nonsensical mechanic of depleting any used ammo, yada, yada, yada. It's hard to pill swallow, but at the same time, making a tough battle even tougher. Once the sparring is over, the world's collectible goodies for you to discover. It's worth it. Sold old soda can, all this other kind of stuff. But she right in here, comparing, contrasting once again to the Gamer article, which is what I like to refer back this to. She says right here, while the Gamer's complaining about the fact that the game's hard and Souls-like, she's like, it's super rewarding. I'm glad this is in there. So
it's funny that a female journalist for Variety of all places is far more objective than gaming journalism.
Yeah. Oh, and this one too, I'm not entirely sure. This name right here, Akshay Bala. I don't know if that's an Indian dude or if that's a chick. I have no idea. But Screen Rant, that's
Bala.
Yeah, okay.
It's been interesting,
guys. I need to go, so I'll say my piece. Okay.
Yeah, go ahead, Mephisto.
This whole Variety article basically says the tits got you through the door, but once you're in the house, there's plenty of stuff to do in the house rather than have a boring ass 4 walls and nothing in it but a chair and a fucking armrest. Okay, so there is substance to the game past the tits and the jiggly physics, which is great. That's all you want. You want a decent gameplay whether it's difficult or not so difficult, you want a decent gameplay if you're like bought into the hype, okay, the tits and stuff that got you through the door and got you to fork over $60 or $70 or whatever it is. At least you've got substance to do with, which is always what you always want from any game that you play, right? You got stuff that puts you in the door, great. Now show me the real game. Game's good, the gameplay's good, I'm in. The story will not keep everybody, but good gameplay will keep almost all of it.
Mhm.
And
That's-
with that,
That's always the draw for me.
and with that, ladies and gentlemen, I will retire because I do have a lot of stuff to do tomorrow. Thanks for the invite, and when I get back home, we'll see if I can jump in the show again if I get invited. All right.
Well, we'll think about it. We'll think about it.
Think about it. Think about it. Get back to me.
We can only have so much Jewish quantity on the stream at a certain time, so we normally have to wait till Rox turns into a pumpkin. Grant's here. Fortunately enough, Grant wasn't here, so we could allow you on. So thanks for being here.
And this weekend, Saturday, I pre-recorded a show about a month ago. I talked to Andre and Tom from Midnight's Edge specifically about the Spice Diver edited version of the 1984 Dune. It's not specifically 1984 Dune. It's a specific edit of it. It's an extended version. It's pretty unique. Talked about it for about an hour and a quarter. Not a very long show, but it's going to premiere. I'm going to put it up as a premiere, so it's going to run like a live show. So there will be chat, and the chat will be saved for later on. So check it out. Other than that, just reviews on the channel, and that's it, I guess. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Metastep, Devastator, all of you guys in the chat. You've been great. Goodbye, guys. Bye, Sheep. Bye, Extra. Bye, Jesse.
Bye, Mephisto. See you later, brother. Have a good night. Enjoy New York, man. Don't get shot.
I won't.
But yeah, go sub to Mephisto, everybody. Go sub to Mephisto movie reviews. He does good things.
2 Jews down.
2 Jews down. Well, we don't have another Jew now, and Grant's not coming, so I don't know what the fuck we're gonna do. We don't have a bulb. We don't have a Jew. What the fuck are we supposed to do? I mean, at this point, I'm going to start sending links out to my friends. I mean, Jesus, this is getting ridiculous.
Uh-oh.
It's getting, yeah, exactly. You don't want my crew to come in here, okay? Like, you know how that ends up going.
Turn this into the midweek talking.
Nah, we'll turn you into the midweek tits. I don't know if Sunker's still awake or not, though.
That's fine, because Wednesday happens to be, this happens to be the horniest day, apparently. I don't know if anybody's watching Ripping the Silverback earlier, but holy shit, that shit went off the fucking rails with this article that I put in the private chat. It's talking about Stellar Blade. This guy is going through the fucking ringer with himself.
Oh my god!
I did see this
radar.
Yeah.
This dude, he wants this. Like the headline alone should sell you.
Stellar Blade puts Eves in some incredibly stupid, sexy outfits that hurt the game's story. But despite the forced sex appeal, I actually love her detailed design.
The man basically said, I like looking at her, but I shouldn't.
Exactly. He's like, this is their own self-hating male right here. Oh, my God. Wow, I didn't realize they were going to have so many great different outfits for her. I can't wait to play this fucking game. Holy shit.
So I didn't care for the demo all that much. I was open about that. I think I have been following the game quite a bit, and
Hypnotic's in the same boat as you.
I mean, there's a few people like I just didn't really like how the parrying system worked. Like I got it, I understood how it all worked. I just it just wasn't clicking for me. Though the discourse around the game's been interesting because I don't know if you guys follow any. Cause, I'm big into gaming. I follow a lot of people that are outside the culture war, like. 2 notable ones, Happy Console Gamers one, and it's interesting because I wouldn't say he's been like red pilled on it, but he's just like, well, I don't understand why people are upset. I like sexy video game characters. What's wrong with that? And then he even like went on to say like, people are talking about Star Wars Outlaws and it's kind of ridiculous because he's a big physical media guy. And he's like, you can't even install the game without the internet. And then, the Java, he's saying all the stuff that we're saying. And then he's like, he even goes on to say, they made the character kind of ugly. I don't get it. And so like these normies are getting it. Like Lady Decade, she's the Top Hat Gaming Man's wife. She's got a pretty well-known channel. She's been getting legitimately red pilled, and today she put up a Sweet Baby Inc. Video, and I'm like, holy shit!
Oh,
So it's
damn.
like, this whole thing is actually waking people up, and it's interesting because I keep seeing people who talk about the culture war get tired of it, like, oh man, I just this stuff drives me nuts. But it's like, if we don't stop and we just say, hey, like, we just want good entertainment, we want character designs that resonate, we want stuff that's visually pleasing.
Yeah.
I saw a great meme that was like, it was on I believe it was on the Sweet Baby Inc. Facebook group that was like, chicks in armor, that's cool, that's based. Chicks in sexy outfits, that's cool, that's based. You could have both.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah, I saw that meme on Twitter.
yeah. And it's just like, we can't give up this fight, and we can't give up this pushback, because we're in the situation that we're in now. I firmly believe we're in the situation that we're in now. It's because we let these idiots talk, and they went unchallenged for so long, and they became the loudest voices in the room, and they're fighting to maintain that volume. They're fighting to maintain that status now. But if you just let these people talk and continue and carry on and don't push back,
They're going to take over.
Yeah, exactly. So I get it. People are tired and people want to tap out of this, but you really can't.
I 100% agree with you on that one. I mean, it was one of those situations where I went on a little bit of a rant when, what's his face? Game Theory guy, Matt Pat, decided to walk away from his channels and stop doing videos. And it was actually kind of funny because there was a few times where Matt had actually started to put out some slightly based videos. And like some of the things he was saying, I was like, oh, hey, welcome to the party. You're 2 years late, but fuck it, I'm glad you're here. Pull up a chair.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden he goes on this I'm going to leave thing. And I went off. I might have had a couple of drinks that day. I don't know.
Oh, word?
But I just went on a rant, and I was like, I'm not going to fucking, like, even if I have to find another job, I'm only able to do this part-time. If for whatever reason I can't continue to do this full-time, which by the way, come subscribe to my locals, come become a member over on all those kind of things out there. But it's one of those situations where it's like, we can't stop, because the second we stop, especially after all the ground we've gained over the last few years, especially in the last year, if we stop now, it'll go right back to the way it was. Yeah. And we can't let that happen. It is our duty, it is our responsibility, not only as fans, but as citizens of Western civilization, to be watchers on the wall to keep this kind of thing from ever happening again, or at least for as long as we can breathe. I mean, it might be Old Testament, it might only last a generation, but by God, a generation's better than nothing. You know what I mean? So fucking keep up the good fight and don't ever, ever, ever fucking let off the gas.
No, that's the goal, at least. This is my whole, like, it's funny because it's like these same people, I guess you could say, these journalists, and as I'm now calling them, sociopathic justice warriors, because social just it doesn't work for them anymore. They're sociopaths. Like through
I call them cult members.
Basically, though these types of individuals, they can't think past their own two eyeballs if they have two eyeballs, but like they can't think past that. So that means like anything that's created, they want it to be about them, not just see themselves. They want it to be about them. That's all they can think of, which is why they put out these games that ultimately suck, like Validate. And when they don't get that same fanfare because they finally made it into the industry like they were hoping for, in quotes, then that's when they go on their whole like their rants and rages and stuff like that. And then that's when they get like more subsidies from people like what was the chick's name from Validate? Like she's now doing work for Black Panther, the Black Panther game.
I know who you're talking about.
Like
I don't know her name, but yep.
It's not even a matter of failing upwards. It's more of them bitching loud enough and long enough for somebody in the industry to finally go, okay, look, we'll give you this one deal, but you have to do this, that, and the other. You have to stop or something like that. And it's like, no, how about you give them nothing? How about you give them no ground?
What I see in these people is I grew up in a time when, boys and girls, you played and you saw yourself in idealized versions of people, men and women. Yeah. Like we had He-Man, we had G.I. Joe, and you had ripped dudes. I mean, it's funny because, they say like there's a big divide between men and women and political leanings, but, dudes, all races, all walks of life, chances are 3 out of 5 guys, if not more, They're going to say they looked up to Goku. They looked up to
I
Goku.
didn't. Well, you said 3 out of 5.
I said three out of 5. You're probably going to find.
Well, and it also depends on if you had
Yeah.
people that from people that watch Dragon Ball Z, maybe,
Yeah.
but I don't
But-
think you're gonna
but
find.
not to-
I don't think you're gonna find like
not to-
65%.
Not
of the
to go down that.
population.
Not to go down the
Yeah, I get what
semantics
you're
of
saying,
that.
though.
I'm
No,
going
I
down the
do- I
semantics.
absolutely-
I follow Nightwing. That was my boy.
All right.
There
But
you
he
go.
made him gay, and I was like,
Batman,
I'm
baby, Batman.
Still, you're talking about like an idealized guy, peak
Mhm.
physique. I
Yeah.
mean, these were things that you aspired because it made you want to be better. It made you
Yes.
want to be better. I said Goku because there's this great meme I like where it's this dude in the gym and this chick's judging the shit out of him. Oh, look at his form, it's terrible. I bet he won't last. What's he doing? He must have had his heart broken. And the dude just wanted to cosplay as Goku. At the end panel. I love that comic because it's legit. Like that was the thing. I remember. I've cosplayed a few times in my life, and I've gotten into good shape just for the intention of cosplaying. But the thing about these people, to like what Sheep said, they want to see themselves. They are just lazy and they're mediocre, and they formed these adult daycares where they are a phalanx of mediocrity, where people are barely putting in any effort. They're swelling up budgets for this shit. Nobody wants to innovate. And, it's funny. Like I get into it with people that hate console gaming all the time, but MVG put out a great video earlier this week about how like early days of console gaming made games great because not only did people have to be technical, they also had to be artistic to overcome hardware limitations to make the best games possible.
yeah.
And through that, a lot of times they created some really innovative things in the gaming space. You don't get that when you're like, oh, I'm just going to use UE5 and I'm going to use all these, pre-made assets, and, we're going to make our our hardware target. And I'm not shitting on where you choose to play. I'm just saying that there's certain merits to it, and there's certain merits to walled gardens and developing around limitations. But you just have these people now, they're in these phalanxes of mediocrity where they have jobs that don't really matter. They have jobs that are made up job titles, as Ripple likes to say.
Yeah.
And
jobs.
yeah. And you get all these people together and they're not creating anything. They're just ticking boxes. And you might have a few people that are actually putting in the work. But, we see the mediocrity we see it in the end product itself. And, for all the people that want to shit on the Nintendo Switch and say, oh, it's underpowered, stuff that Nintendo does with, and when the Switch came out in 2017, the Tegra X1 chip was already out of date. And the shit that they've been able to pull off on that system has been mind blowing if you really think about it. And I say
know.
that.
What's
that?
Weird. What's weird to me, it's
Mhm.
like I've never understood the idea behind or rather I can understand from a certain perspective why people would say, better hardware, better hardware, better hardware. But it's like, how about
fun games?
Right, fun games. That should
Mhm.
always be the focus. Like I've always sat in the camp, and I had this conversation with Mark Cyborg, Metal Commander, and I'm so mad I'm blanking on the last guy's name right now. But we just talked about Dragon's Dogma 2 over on Metal's channel.
Mhm.
And like we got into like kind of like a back and forth about consoles versus PCs and stuff like that. And my argument was like, consoles, they know what parameters they need to work within to be able to get the game to run. And on PC, you have to compensate for like billions of types of builds.
Yeah.
And like, I'm fine. I don't care about like, people who like playing on PC or people who like playing on consoles. I just want everything to exist on everything. That's all I want.
It's crazy with this game. The one thing nobody's talking about is this game out of the box. If you have it physical, not only is it a complete game with unlockable costumes that aren't DLC. It didn't require any patch to make the game run right. And it's just like, you see these products coming out where there's strong arming stuff and they're mediocre and they don't care about the game. They don't talk about the game. And it's funny because the people that are so opposed to this game, and again, I can recognize it's not my cup of tea. I will probably buy it just because I want to support stuff like this. I want to send a message. And I hate that I'm at this point though, that I have to like use my money to vote for what I want to see in gaming and not for a game that I'm necessarily into.
That's what's, it's basically like gaming has essentially turned into like politics. You're basically throwing out your vote on a gamble that what they say they'll do they actually do, as opposed to them actually just doing it.
Well, and the other thing about that is, and you're right, to a certain degree, it is sad that it's gotten to a point where that's the way you have to do it, Extrazero. But it's at the exact same time, it's like, we have to do what they can't, right? They don't have any money. That's why they scream on the internet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, money talks and bullshit walks, right? We've seen the collapse of Disney. We've seen the collapse of Marvel. We've seen what's happened to these studios when they put out shitty movies. We've seen what happens with these video game companies when they put out shitty movies. And you know what? Maybe Stellar Blade ain't the best game in the world, but they're pissing off all the right people and they're doing all the right things that no one else wants to do. And you're right. It sucks that that's the way it has to be. But yeah, I would gladly, there was somebody made a comment, I think on Tuesday night's main event last night, who's like, I don't even have a PlayStation 5 and I pre-ordered the game. Yeah. It's like, I wasn't even sure if my PC was able to run Hogwarts, and I pre-ordered the special edition of it because it pissed off all the right people, and that ended up being the #1 selling game of the year.
Yeah.
So like that right there shows you how much power we actually have when we all decide to put our minds together and go, we're not putting up with this bullshit. I would imagine Stellar Blade, even though it's only on PlayStation 5 right now exclusively, it's going to get stupid sales.
It'll be interesting to see, especially because of like what went on with Final Fantasy VII. But again, that's an issue with a budget that was too big. I'm curious what the budget on this game was.
Probably a lot smaller than Final Fantasy.
Yeah,
for sure.
Probably a ton. We're probably talking like the Marvels versus Godzilla -1 here.
Right.
Yeah,
because there are rumors going around right now that GTA 6 is in the
$2 billion.
potentially $2 billion range already. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's far too much. See, personally, I think that's far too much for a single video game. Like, I've never, I don't even want to fathom that kind of, I don't even want to get to a point where I'm like shelling out a couple million for a game. Not even a couple million. I prefer to stay in 100,000, the 6-figure range, if possible, because like at that point in time, it becomes far too out of control. Yeah. In my, like, you look at
Spider-Man 2.
Not even Spider-Man 2. You look at Star Citizen. That game has been going on for like almost over a decade now. Yeah. And they're just now getting to like some more updates, and the game's still not finished. It's like what the fuck? Can we get some kind of like overhead here? Can we get this into control long enough to basically put out an actual complete game? Something that people can say, okay, I'm gonna go pick this up on like, whatever console, whatever PC build you got, something like that, as opposed to constantly staying in early access and shit like that. Like, that's where I want to get back to. Yeah. Like, give me a demo, like basically an isolated excerpt of the game, and then give me the game later, the full game when it's done. That's what I want.
Do you want like an actual beta versus this open beta shit that lasts forever?
Yeah.
Yeah, basically.
That's fair.
Though I will say, at least it is, Star Citizen is a game first. I see Mr. Drow in there says the budgets get super bloated because the stupid cinematics, and it's not only the cinematics, but it's all the fake jobs that they have to, put on this game. And I think it was Lethal Lightning highlighted the fact that it cost like Sony claimed it cost $85 million to port Spider-Man 2 to PC. Let me fact check that number.
Go ahead. In the meantime, I'll go ahead and say that speaking on Spider-Man 2, I'm not even gonna sit here and act like people haven't been defending the whole, oh well, MJ doesn't look that bad. Look at her look at the models they had in the first game, and look at the model they got in the new one. Two completely different people.
Oh yeah.
Two completely different redheads. One has like a softer, rounder face. The other one basically has a face like a swamp from Mario. Like
you ever show this stuff to a normie?
No.
Because I use my wife as a litmus test in a lot of this stuff, and I showed it to her, and I was just like, okay, look at this. And she's like, what am I looking at? And I was like, well, this is the model that they got to be Mary Jane in the Spider-Man game. She goes, okay. I said, look at this Spider-Man 1. She goes, it looks a little different, but I can tell it's her. And then I showed her Spider-Man 2, and she goes, what the fuck is that?
Yeah, basically. It's I can't pull that litmus test because Amarada is just as in tune with the gaming community as I am.
My wife's external from the culture war stuff, and I also showed her the cry splaining scene with Mary Jane is Shriek, and Peter is like cry apologizing to her, and she's like, why is he doing that? He's Spider-Man. She knows he's Spider-Man. Why would he need to, I was
Hell,
like, thank you.
the first game started out way past them having their falling out.
Well, True Pop put it right. He said like the first game ends with her coming to terms that he needs to be Spider-Man and that New York needs him.
Right.
And I mean, like, if they wanted to have some shit where Miles actually did stuff to supplant him, fine. But they don't. Miles is out like collecting instruments and shit and learning about like the history behind them and hooking two dudes up for prom. I mean,
Dude, I'm so glad I didn't bother playing that fucking game or even
as you go through a muted sequence of spray painting a wall.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the muted. Oh my god, yeah, the deaf and dumb girl.
Oh my god,
and they made his girlfriend look ugly too.
Oh dude,
this is what they spend these fucking budgets on. It's the dumbest shit since the fucking video game crash back in the 80s. Like,
yeah. Well, and this is the thing is, that's what I always try to explain to everybody, and what I like to remind everybody is the intent. This is the intent. Is to uglify and to destroy, because like you were saying earlier, Zero, what were you talking about? Like all of our heroes, like Goku and all that kind of stuff, right?
The idealized version,
the idealized version of what we want to be, something to look up to.
Yeah,
and that's what they
yourself.
want. Exactly. And that's what they want to take away from you. They don't want you looking up. They don't want you to be inspired. They want you to be just as depressed and ugly and nasty as they are, because not only does misery love company, but also if you don't look up, you can't be inspired. You can't think of something elevated. And for God forbid, you actually think about what might be up above you, i.e. God. And of course, that's the last thing they would ever want you to do, because that's what all of our heroes are supposed to do. They're supposed to divinely inspire us to greater heights and better things. And almost every one of our great superheroes, whenever they do sacrifices, they're always Christ allegories. At the end of the day, it's that self-sacrifice, and that's what makes those stories so impactful. And that's the last thing they want to do. They want you to sacrifice. They would never sacrifice anything for the sake of anyone else. But speaking of self-sacrifice, what's going on, Brahma? How you doing, buddy?
Yeah, not much. Just got done with yelling at parked cars.
Nice. Those been yelling at parked cars are quietly listening.
Yeah.
About people yelling at video games.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's the video games and it's the movies and it's the TV series. I mean, they're trying to androgynize all of our actors and actresses. It's not even to uglify them, it's to androgynize them, to where you can't figure out what is a guy and what is a girl.
Which is sad.
And that is what they want to do with, I mean, it really comes down to if you can get half of the population or 60% of the population to eventually just stop reproducing, then they get what they want.
Yeah, they get that control. We're basically living in The Giver.
Yeah.
Oh, God. That's such a good book.
It is.
Such a good book. Don't turn this into The Giver.
But I mean androgyny is exactly what that gets you. I mean, do you guys remember the It's Pat SNL skit back in the day?
Of course.
Used to be a joke. Now it's everything.
Yeah, and even bringing up that it exists offends people.
Yeah. And we were just talking backstage on yelling at parked cars about MASH.
Oh,
and
man.
It's like, yeah, a guy pretending to be insane because he thinks he's a woman.
Oh, you've seen that gaslighting meme where they have like, don't act like you're offended by drag. You've been entertained by drag your whole life.
No, it was a joke.
Right.
It was always a freaking joke.
Right. Because the meme has like Bugs Bunny and what's his name from MASH and Mrs. Doubtfire and
those were all things to be laughed
Kids in the
at,
Hall. Yeah,
not
exactly.
Things to be, put on a pedestal.
Right.
I mean, in Kids in the Hall, I mean, that may be a little bit different just because, I mean, I think half of those guys were gay, but I mean,
yeah.
Still, they weren't shaming you for laughing at them.
No, I mean, they were in on the joke.
Yeah. It was.
And now you get demolished if you, I mean, hell, we're on YouTube and we're not even supposed to be talking about this. So I came up with a new phrase that I think we should use to get, for YouTube purposes. Used to be he's and used to be she's.
I know Shag says laughing is not for this generation, but I have a cousin who is 17, and I talk to her every now and then just to kind of get a pulse check, and she's outside of this, but she laughs at it. Like she's like, these people are ridiculous, and my friends and I don't tolerate it. And then you recently had that case where the kids at the school in Utah did not tolerate the furries in their school. I'm not entirely black-pilled on all of it. I do think that there are, unsuppressed thoughts, and I think, as we were saying earlier, it's just a matter of not letting these people be the loudest voices in the room, and giving them pushback, and telling them that they're, challenging them that, hey, you're going to sit here and tell us that we're wrong. Have you ever thought maybe it's you? Because that's the gaslighting they like to do. There's a video going around being shown to kids in school with, have you seen this with like the Muppet dogs?
I only saw I saw a still shot of that, but I haven't seen it.
Watch the video, man. It's fucked. And basically, the long and short is this dog who's in school. He's like how the Muppets are considered kids, but he's playing on playground with this rooster. Another dog shows up. He's like, oh, I'm so happy to see another dog, and the dog is acting like a cat. And the dog goes to his teacher and says, hey, I'm a little bit worried about, I think his name was like Percy. Like, I'm a little worried about him because he thinks he's a cat. And the teacher literally tells him, well, maybe you're wrong. And maybe what you think normal is only normal to you and not really what's normal to everybody. And it's like, holy shit, you're really gaslighting kids like this.
Yeah, that's worse. That's actually worse than what the fuck we grew up with. We had some obvious subliminal messages going through our shit, but our shit wasn't so damn on the nose.
Shit, I had Michelangelo and Winnie the Pooh telling me if I smoke a joint, then I'm basically going to go live in the sewers.
Yeah.
This is your brain. This is your brain on drugs.
On drugs. Yeah. My brain is an actual egg. For the longest time, I thought that.
Yeah, yep. And yours was scrambled, not fried.
I love that fucking commercial. I thought she was.
My favorite though is
and throws the pan down.
Shout out. That's that kind of hot crazy situation you're looking at. Like she's crazy, but damn, I might be into that kind of crazy.
Shout out to Melee James because he has this as a super chat, but he had the Pee Wee Herman. This is crack.
Oh,
this is crack.
that fucking crack PSA from Paul Rubens. I loved it.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that is fucking great.
And when you jerk into the movie theater, they make you talk about this on TV.
Oof. Or the water boy. Which brings me to my next point, kids. Don't do crack.
Yeah, don't smoke crack. Don't smoke crack. I fucking love that.
I get what you were saying, but like I've got a 15 and a 20-year-old, and I don't think I've met a single one of their friends that doesn't identify as something just to identify as something other than straight. That's how brainwashed they've got the kids in the schools right now. Even if you're straight, you're going to say that you're bi just so that you get acceptance from the rest of the freaking teenagers.
Yeah, I Hypocrite posted a thing about that today that like 25% of girls identify as bi just for social acceptance.
Yeah.
That's the way it was when I was in middle school. I remember that shit. It was all a fad for those girls in like middle school and early high school. And guess what? They're all fucking married to a dude with a bunch of kids now.
So I'm an anomaly amongst dudes because I think lesbians
a little bit of a
gross.
Generational gap there, bro.
No, Zero. I'm not saying that they're gross, but I don't care much for their.
I see it. I'm like
for many others, but like I'm not one of those people like, oh, I'm gonna put on some porn and watch some lesbian porn. Like I don't care enough. I don't care enough.
I can say half of this is probably safe for YouTube, but I think that our generation was conditioned to, that was part of an agenda to push it on straight dudes as like, hey, look, this is hot, and because I'm 39, and all throughout my, I guess like when as a preteen and a teen, that's like you were inundated with that on
Wild Things,
MTV, like, oh my god, two chicks, it's so hot, and I'm just like, I like actually thought, I was like, man, is there something wrong with me because this does nothing for me.
I don't care. There's nothing. I don't care.
And I think that like one of the things that we see is a generation of autistic or dudes on the spectrum rather that obsessed over this, and now they spent their whole lives lusting over that, and now they want to be one so they can get with one. And I think that's where we see a lot of the social contagion come from.
Yeah, that's a fuck up. If that's the case, that's a fuck up.
It's just a theory. I don't have any grounded evidence.
A game theory.
I just think it's interesting that so many of these people that like say that there's something else also still want to be with women.
Well, I think that's the social contagion.
Yes.
I don't think it's anything to do with the spectrum. I think it's just your natural inclination as a child is to try to be accepted.
There is evidence
be with the in crowd. You want to be the popular.
Yeah.
And
well, for the bi thing,
now,
that's a social contagion. But for the transitioning thing, I think it's on the spectrum. They're so obsessive about it that, you know, and I think Chris, you know, we were joking about Chris Chan earlier, but I mean, he's a good example where he was obsessed with that, and he wanted to open up his dating audience to lesbians. And since he was a male, he couldn't do that, so he transitioned in order to do so.
Yeah,
and,
but
you know,
we're on Shag's channel. We got to be careful with that because YouTube is cracking down hard on that right now.
It is an election year, so I'll leave it at that. But that's just a theory.
Color me shocked there on that one. Well, I mean, it's not a bad theory. I mean, all truth be told, it's really not.
Mm-hmm.
But it's one of those things. It's like, I mean, 6'10", half dozen the other way on that one, kind of situation. But I think and the spectrum aspect of it is that the people that prey on people to brainwash them into that, they do go after people on the spectrum because they're already socially awkward. And
I think the spectrum.
Well, it's been shown that they intentionally go after those people because they're easier to manipulate.
Yeah. Well, I think that the spectrum itself also has been kind of weaponized in the sense that a lot of people use it more as an excuse than hey, this is something that you know, this is a social skill you lack, and this is how you get better. Nowadays, if you're diagnosed on the spectrum, it's, well, you just have to excuse him because he's on the spectrum. It's not, this is a behavioral issue. This is how we're going to work on correcting it. There's none of that. And I say that I was diagnosed with a general anxiety disorder before it was cool, and I've actually treated it. I've gone to therapy and counseling and worked through it. And I actually have for me, they used an anger management method for me to work through episodes when I have bouts of anxiety. And you wouldn't know it about me because I seem like a very extroverted person, but you know, I really do have issues with, with anxiety, and not so much social, but other things. But I say that to say this is that I was fortunate to get diagnosed in a time when they treated me. And now I see it's like, well, you have anxiety, we're going to put you on meds.
Right.
Yeah. That's always the answer now.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's where it's gotten, and, you know, I'm not saying anything about what you're saying necessarily. I'm saying, I think the kids now think that everything is on a spectrum.
Yes.
Everything. And they think that, we can just kind of bypass, giving any blame or assigning any fault because there's some spectrum that you're on. Like, my kids literally tell me that I'm on the spectrum because I collect bourbon and I do YouTube, because I have I have what would have been considered a highly addictive personality. I smoke. I have a lot of bourbon. Once I got into YouTube, I'm full bore into YouTube. It's an addictive personality. I don't consider myself on the spectrum. Nobody would diagnose me on the spectrum 40 years ago, 30 years ago, 20 years ago. But the way that kids are diagnosed on the spectrum at this point, or self-diagnose on the spectrum, who isn't on the spectrum at this point?
Right.
It's just life.
Yeah.
It's not a spectrum, it's life. We all have different personalities. We all have different quirks. We all have different things about us.
You said a key word in that. It's personalities. And that's one of the things that I've seen with the younger generation is that they think that having one of these replaces, anything about them that would make them interesting.
And that's what I'm saying about the bi, anything but straight. Your personality has to be something that makes you different from the norm.
Right.
And they will adopt it in a second just to be a part of the rest of the group. it has gotten to the point where the norm is absolutely not what you want to be. You have to be a part of every other group, even though that is now the largest group based on, the statistics that they keep putting out. I mean, it's like, okay, at what point is it going to be rebelling to be normal again?
It already is.
I think we're getting there.
Happen. Yeah, we started to see that happen now because that's some of the things that, like, even some of like the mainstream articles and like some of the headlines have been having to write article heads like, why is what is it when
there's
a specific word when like you cover up? Why is like conservative dressing and stuff like that coming back in
modesty?
Modesty. That's the word I was looking for. Sorry, it's been a long day. Wednesdays are always my long days. But yeah, modesty. Why is modesty coming back into style? And it's like, well, have you seen what these fucking whores on the internet wear? It's like, hey, maybe we should go back to leaving a little bit to the imagination.
Yeah, if you don't want to be stared at the fitness center, maybe don't wear something that shows every crack you got.
Yeah, exactly. Don't dress like a fucking whore and you won't get looked at like one. Like, this ain't rocket science.
And I mean, and to what I was just saying, because it just came to my head, my daughters, they literally, it's become a joke. It's a joke amongst their generation. They'll be like, yeah, the way you just said that, you've got a touch of the tism.
Well, and that's why I think that's why like the kids are talking about everybody's on the spectrum, because it's become a joke to them because, like you said, it's overdiagnosed.
But
and I think even on some level they understand it.
They literally think that it is, though.
Not
that it's a joke. They literally think that just having an addictive personality or, going full bore into something or just even the slightest obsession, that is autism to them. They think that's what the definition of autism is.
I'm so glad cultures are different all across the country. Fucking shit's fucking insane, man. Shit's fucking insane, man. It's absolutely these fucking get your kids out of these fucking, man. Oh, fucking what a mess.
Hide your kids, hide your wives.
Exactly. There you go. There, because the cult's coming for all of us. But I did want to highlight somebody who clearly is having a break from having his energy refilled right now, because our dear sweet missing in action Shagsworth is here, and he flat out admits he's on the Down syndrome spectrum, which probably explains the gay men's retreat he's currently at, because as we were talking about earlier, they like to take advantage of people that are on the spectrum, and clearly they're currently doing that exact same thing to Shagsworth. And if Extrazero can pull up the proof of that, because somebody out there in the chat has been accusing me of being a liar, saying that I was giving false information, where Extrazero has pictures from the event himself live. We got these just recently from Shag, showing how much of a good time he is having. And I'm sorry, boys and girls, but the internet doesn't lie. Pictures don't lie. Photographic evidence makes things ever so obvious. And clearly, Metastep, I was not lying. This is photographic evidence of exactly what Shags is currently doing right now. He's just on break right now. He's on break.
And I can believe he's on the Down syndrome spectrum with that forehead.
It's funny. It's like, I think that's a girl on the couch, but I can't confirm nor deny that.
Not in this day and age.
Yeah, if that is a girl, then that's even funnier because nobody's paying any attention. All the guys.
Her last name's Maxwell.
Oh no, Headland. Headland, yeah, too ugly to assault.
Shags is too old for it to be Maxwell. It's got to be Headland.
Listen to me. Don't.
What? What was that? What did you say?
And meanwhile, I'm like working my way through this update picture.
It's not me, chat. Don't let them fool you.
Notice how his background looks suspiciously like Bohemian Grove, okay? That's all I want to put out there. It's that background looks suspicious.
That and that gut's far too skinny to be Shags.
Yeah. There's no way that's me.
Probably.
Oh.
Can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah, you're okay. You coming in sound like you're on your phone, so not a big deal.
I am. I don't even have like earbuds. Yeah. I don't even have earbuds in, so they died.
It happens.
Well done.
That's a weird thing to happen while you're using no electronics out in the middle of nowhere in your Winnebago.
Well, I wanted to Well, I was walking around. I was doing a couple things, and like just going for a walk through all these like little switchback RV lanes, and I was listening to Dune again. I was like just reading it or listening to it again, but then it died, and I forgot my charger for it, and then but I wanted to listen to you guys for a little bit and maybe hop on for a second, but yeah.
Hop on. I knew it. He's hopping on.
Well, I was told the midweek hump needs you. Get in here.
They do. They don't need me. They need Brahma Bull. They need Brahma looking good.
I even took off the jacket because I was burning up, and I was like, okay, I guess I'm going on here next.
See, Soul Assassin's got it right. Soul Assassin got it right. Shags found Diddy first.
I just got a picture of that.
Oh God.
Called it.
I get over the Chromie.
Chromie.
Wait, what is
I mean,
that?
I think it was more
baked beans
and collard greens. Is that collard greens in the other can?
I have no idea what it is.
No, I think it's
red gold. I don't know what red gold is.
I think it was more accurate where P. Diddy's tie was tickling Shag's balls.
Holy shit. What's up, Devastator?
At the same time, that one's just you guys pressing your cans together. So
how's Reginald Bell Johnson these days?
Yeah.
Did he tell you about the deal that he got with Microsoft and Activision? It's going to be Carl on Booty Clap Ops.
Oh God!
The soundtrack by Diddy. Charles Vane says Shags knows who killed Tupac. By the way,
dude, I saw something. My buddy sent me something that that Tupac was some like he was like a theater actor or something. I should send it to you guys. It's wild, bro.
He did
like
ballet,
it doesn't
didn't
even
he?
show him as some like thug. It was like he was just like, oh, like like he wasn't talking like Tupac.
No, he does. He didn't. And Jada's from this area too. So I'm from the Baltimore area, and he went to Juilliard. And they like when I was in school, they would like because let's say 96, I was in middle school. They were showing us stuff because like he was blowing up. And they're like, oh, yeah, look, we've got successful people. Look at Tupac Shakur. He came out of Juilliard. Because I was in the arts programs, and they would show us stuff of him.
I thought there was literally video of him doing ballet in class.
Yeah.
Dude, that's wild.
Well, if he went to Juilliard, then yeah.
Yeah, well,
those
that's
guys
not
do everything.
very gangsta.
Well, I mean, Lopez, freaking what's his face, Lopez, who's supposed to be like the fucking Mexican and makes all the damn Mexican jokes, grew up in Iowa. Carlos Mencia.
Mencia.
Yeah, Mencia. That motherfucker grew up in Iowa, and he talks like he's from fucking L.A. County or some shit. So, yeah, I can't stand that motherfucker anymore.
You just never know, man. I thought Tupac was a thug, and he turned out to be some Juilliard ballet dancer.
Well, that's like,
well, he lived like a thug and died like one.
I had Craig pull it up the other day when a lot of this Diddy stuff was going down, but like on Newgrounds, they had a video years ago, and this video is like over 20 years old now. I want to say it came out in like 99. Newgrounds is still around. It's still kicking. And all the stuff that you remember is still there. So the Mr. T killed Tupac video is still up. Yeah. And like in it, like Tupac's like, I just want to go home and take a bubble bath. And I remember laughing about that because of knowing where he came from and knowing how he talked outside of the East Coast rap scene. And that was hilarious to me. Look at your fingers,
Shags,
Tupac.
Apparently you're the only one that didn't. Apparently you're the only one that didn't know. Mr. Drow, no. Metastep, no. Yeah.
That's all right. Apparently I'm just a normie, so I'll just go fuck myself.
Well, I mean, we heard you were at the gay men's retreat, so it doesn't look like you'll have to.
Did Alex Jones come out of the bushes yet?
With a camera out, tape recorder. Who's this bearded man out here? What's he? He looks like a lumberjack. Why is he getting railed by all these guys, all these politicians?
They're
my game. It's on sale.
Gay.
I was getting accused of being a normie because I liked the Fallout show. I was really sad. So
Yeah, we knew you were gay.
I liked it.
I've had a lot of
Good
people say
job.
I like the first episode. That's all I've watched so far, but the first episode wasn't bad.
I
were partial
binged it
there.
yesterday. I thought it was just fine.
I thought the last 3 episodes of it were like, I was just like, oh my God, what's going to happen? Where are they going with this? And then finally, like, as it unfolded, I was like, damn. And I thought a great setup for season 2.
Which
think
we
it's gonna
already know
be-
has been. Yeah, they've already signed off on it. They're getting a season 2.
Yep.
I haven't played any of the games, but I thought it was an okay show. It may have a level of baseline woke, but not much outside that.
Yeah. I nothing like with any sort of
There was
like quote unquote woke stuff like concerned me. Like it,
There was a
like
couple pronoun things, and that was about it.
was there? I didn't even notice that.
With
There
the
was one or
Brotherhood.
two they thems, and that was about it.
Oh, right.
I heard there was a
But,
big
yeah.
thing about the communist line at the end, though. I kept hearing.
Oh
people
my
talk
God.
about
Yeah,
that.
but it's
That's
Yeah,
not woke,
I guess.
that's politics. I mean,
Oh,
we can't call everything freaking woke at all
that's
times.
true.
Thank you.
What? I just thought it also made sense within, like, if this is what the world that their world is talking about, well, okay, like it's not representative of our world.
It's
You know what I mean?
fantasy
Like, it's one-
sci-fi. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's kind of where I was with that. I don't know.
Well, and I got sick of everybody being like, well, the 1950s was like this, and you wouldn't have had all this diverse representation. It's like, as far as I can tell from the series, I didn't play the games. It doesn't take place in the 1950s, even though some of the tech is from the 1950s. It's supposed to be futuristic, dystopian.
Yeah, it takes
Not
place in a time
1950s
that
dystopian.
yeah, it takes place in a time where like microchips weren't invented. It's all like vacuum tube, like
Right. But they're
tech,
trying
you
to
know.
make an argument that it's the 1950s and it would not have been that diverse. And it's like, okay, well, they have all of these things, like the exosuits. That's not 1950s. I mean,
Like,
Right.
if you're,
it's
if that's
sci-fi. You cannot hold it to 1950s
But
America.
they were
Yeah,
in
if
the
that's-
vault for a couple hundred years.
right,
Yeah.
so it's like, if
200,
that's,
but it was supposed to
Yeah.
be like 2040 or something when they went into the vaults, right? That's not 1950.
microchip was never invented, but the world is in the 2200s.
Okay.
yeah.
It's the 2000s is when they go into the vaults. The 2200s is when they come out. It's not 1950. So the 1950 argument doesn't work for me, especially in
I
a
do-
sci-fi fantasy setting.
Well, and the fact
And
that
the-
if that's your only big argument that it's woke, that's a pretty shit argument.
That's
Well,
what I'm
and
saying.
also,
It's baseline woke. It's not
Yeah.
woke.
And something that we talk about when it comes to these shows is like something could be woke, but it's like also bad writing. And in this case, or character development. And the 2 of the 3 characters have pretty good development, especially Cooper or the Ghoul, and then Lucy has great character development. Maximus is a pretty weak character in this show, and he doesn't really take off until the last couple episodes as far as his story goes. At least I thought.
He grows.
And for no other reason, I didn't like him because of his voice. I know that sounds dumb, but every time he talked, I was like, it sounds like someone's like, I don't know. It didn't match like what he looked like. I was almost
I kind of
expecting.
agree. It's very
Yeah.
high pitched and kind of whiny.
Yeah, it was weird, but I thought Lucy had a great story arc and how she went from this like idealistic vault dweller to this very, very disillusioned vault dweller who kind of had to take on this role of pretty brutal, and she eventually sort of saw what Cooper or the Ghoul saw and needed to sort of adapt quick, and that very easily could have gone the other way. So it was a good a good show that it wasn't perfect, and I think everyone said that. I gave it 7.5 out of 10. I thought that was pretty fair of a rating for that show.
I found it as entertaining as the other video game show that they did, Twisted Metal.
Oh, there
I
you
thought
go.
both
I had
of them
good
were
things to
just
say.
fine shows. They were
Yeah.
entertaining. I got through the series or the season without anything that really pissed me off.
Oh, Mr. Drow, I think this is kind of part of it. I didn't necessarily hate that he failed upward, because I think that might play also into the second season, because even he didn't want to fail upward at the end when his friend came and were like, "Oh, you know, Hail Maximus," and he was like, "Wait, no." And I think I think he's still kind of developing, and this again why I don't think his character is very good, is because like his arc is just taking too long. I think they could have written him in a way where he was, you know, struggling a bit more, and you know he did, and like once they got to that, was it Vault 4, but he should have stuck up for himself a little more, and especially in that case. But I don't know.
But it was
But
also he cheated and lied upwards for part
Yeah.
of the series.
Yeah,
It
for
wasn't
sure.
failed. It was, I mean, I don't want to spoil things because I want people to watch it because it was good, but he cheated and lied upwards for part of the series. He was still a little bitch.
Yeah.
But yeah.
For everybody else too, or is that just me?
What?
Never mind. That's me. Hold on.
You know, to go back to what you were saying about it being baseline woke, I think one of the things that's just kind of missing in a lot of entertainment now is nuance. And, you know, people particularly talking about Star Trek and X-Men, the X-Men animated series, having some of the ideas and themes. They never were beating the audience over the head, telling them how to think. They would present you with an idea, and you as the audience were it was up to you to figure out how you felt and interpreted what that messaging was.
Yeah.
And I'd like a return to that, to be honest. I'd love a return to that.
I don't think. Well, that's the funny thing about how, I guess entertainment in this sense goes is it will never be what it once was. So I mean, like we can always make something that resembles it, but it's not going to be the same. It's either going to be a carbon copy, which ain't as great, or it's just going to be something that's our own personal interpretations of what we grew up with, kind of thing.
Even different though, you still can have that element of nuance. You can still have that, you know, remove. And again, I think at the end of the day, it doesn't have anything to do with I think our distaste in media has less to do with things being woke and less to do with the content, but more how it's presented to the audience and what messaging is there and how the writers and creators outright want the audience to think and feel like there's an agenda there, whereas it's
that's why I think Fallout did a good job here. Like when we complain or people complain about shows in this way, Fallout didn't really have that. There were whispers of it, but I think people like us who hyper fixate on that stuff a lot or have in the past notice it because we're there. Like that they them character, like yes, I noticed them, but I don't like in the context of the world, like whatever. It's like there's not like the hairstyle thing, whatever, okay. But I don't know, it just didn't, it wasn't like telling me like, oh, don't forget this person's here, you know, and it didn't. And again, it was more about the character development, and it never preached to me about how this needs to happen. It always felt like the characters talking to one another and actually like having a discourse, not like it was like breaking the fourth wall and being like, hey, Tom, don't forget that communism is really bad or really good. You know, that's not how it
You mean to tell me that Maximus wasn't telling the senator that he needed to do better?
No, yeah. Like,
or socialism is the charged word, but I think we can learn from these ants.
Jesus.
I had drank a liter of tea, so I had to run to the restroom. So I missed Extrazero's point. But when I say baseline woke, I mean like they tried to make it look like a Mogwai-looking chick was the main character, but she's really not. It is Walton Goggins. It's just him throughout the whole series or the whole season. He is the main character. He at least steals all the scenes to make him the main character.
Well, I think it's his
even
acting
though
prowess
they may
that
be
does that.
following her as
It's
the
probably
primary.
Walton Goggins himself that is able to chew up the scene so well that you put more that the idea would be it'd be smart to put more focus into his character than it would.
But they really wanted to make her the main character. That's where I say baseline woke, but she isn't, and that's where I can.
She's a goofy character. That's why. Like I think. I mean, she's goofy in that, like when she comes out of the vault, like the whole vault dweller thing is so like weird, right? Like it's always like, naive. And so, but I think Lucy, that actress plays that character really well. And by the end, I felt this gravitas that she didn't have at the beginning. Like, she does have good
She
acting
has the
chops, I
character
think.
arc.
Yeah, she has. But like by the end, I felt like, okay, I feel bad for her. She had to make a huge decision with her, at the end, and like it's so. But yes, you're right. I mean, the Ghoul should have been like probably more of the marketing focus with everything, because they follow him a lot, and his scenes make a lot more sense in the aspect of world building and understanding how we got there. So
right, but she can't be called a Mary Sue, and she does look much like Reese Witherspoon. She looks like a Mogwai before they get wet. I mean, she hasn't turned into a full gremlin, but she has that face shape.
Yeah,
she's like
she actually is that actress.
She's on the verge of being very attractive, but not quite there for me.
You know who she reminded me of? Did you ever watch Shameless?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Fiona.
Yeah. The actress that played her.
Yeah, on the verge of being incredibly hot, but there's just something not quite there.
Emmy Rossum.
I thought she was cute.
She did a really good
yes,
job in the
hot,
show Yellow
no.
Jackets too. She was a really good character in that.
Oh yeah, you watched that show, right? The one with the scissor?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yep.
my daughter's obsessed with that. I never watched it.
It's a good show. It's pretty fucked up. Like, I mean, isolate just women together, and it's a cannibal show. It's basically
Lord
of the Flies with a soccer team, a girls soccer team, but it's really, really good. But it
Future
switches
Boy
between
has-
modern day and that and their past, so it's pretty neat.
Future Boy literally said she's not a Mary Sue.
Yeah.
She has a character arc.
Yeah,
And
there's
she starts off as a naive. Well, she's for the most of the season she's naive, and she finally kind of has things click. Once they get to Vault 4 area.
It's not
Yeah.
Echo. It's not Echo, where in the first episode she snaps one guy's neck who keeps wailing on her, and then she just becomes an absolute badass.
Yeah,
Right.
no, like, and I heard some people complaining about that. Oh my God, she took on this guy in the first episode that's like twice her size. Yada, yada, yada. Okay, she kicked the shit out of her to begin with, and she got a lucky shot with a glass, like vase, or not a vase, but like a pitcher to his fucking neck. Like, it wasn't exactly like she just went in there and like fucking roundhouse kicked the guy to the back of his head or some
Yeah,
shit.
she got
Yeah.
tossed.
Fucking so I seen the scene. I seen a clip floating around on Twitter. Of the Ghoul. Basically, he has Lucy in captivity. Makes her drink drink dirty ass water from the bucket. And, and she's like, he's like, so how's that golden rule working out for you thing? And I was like, all right, I like that bit. And and the caption above it was basically like the girl was having a breakdown because Lucy was going through the hardships of this wasteland. It was the funniest thing I'd seen. Like, I just woke up and it was like, who chooses Constitution as their dump stat in D&D? Like, why would you think in the 19,488 realms that they would make this wasteland just like rainbows and sunshine for this girl? No, she's gonna get her fucking licks too. Look at Berserk. Fucking Guts got like, he got ram ranched as a kid by his like pretend father. Then he turned around and killed him, and then went through a whole bunch of worse shit. Like the world ain't kind just because it's this one character. Fuck off.
Right.
My friends, I have to clean up my campsite here, and I gotta head out.
Clean up, he
get to
says.
bed.
He said he's got to clean up. He's got to
Too
clean up.
much
Hey,
rant in the
what's
beard.
up, Diddy?
I've
What up,
got
Diddy? I
to
see
piss
Diddy in
out
the
the
back.
fire.
See, there you go. That'll be your own brand of ranch dressing, the Ram Ranch.
The Ram Ranch. Glad I could stop in though. Thanks for running the show tonight, guys. But I got to get back to it. Extrazero,
All right.
thanks for stopping in, dude.
Thanks for letting me in.
Yeah, man.
Getting your energy refilled.
With that, I do have to bounce myself.